Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to the YouTube VOD of the second day of the Shogun Showdown. Almost didn't even say my own tournament name right. For those of you who are watching live on Twitch right now, welcome to all of you. Yesterday, we had a really big day. Lots of really great matches. Yesterday, my co-host was Vinny. Today, my co-host is the one and only Mevlin, back again. Yeah, we had some insane fights yesterday. We saw the first Trozette, we saw the first Koweric, we saw some insane Politis play by Sky King yesterday, actually. DPS Politis doing some actual work. But Koweric actually has a 100% win rate in the tournaments. Picked 3 times, I believe, banned twice, and 100% win rate. Actually kind of crazy. So
I've been using Koweric every single fight now. It's actually really good. It's pretty decent damage, like, surprisingly, and he's got so much utility, right, with the silence. And if you have the blind EE on the S3, you can just AoE silence blind everyone, and they're so crippled for that one turn.
You know what the other really big advantage that Koweric has over a lot of other characters is that nobody knows what he does.
Oh, true.
Yeah.
Also, one of the benefits too is that S2 is increased cooldown can't be you can't dispel that, right? You can't. Once you increase the cooldown, there's no way for you to, like, cleanse that shit.
Right, so exactly. Just done. But I think that, you know, the interesting thing too yesterday was Vinny was talking about how much he enjoyed playing Pavel recently, and
that sounds like a Vinny thing to do, right? Speed Pavel.
Right, except, I mean, we all know that it's not Speed Vinny, you know, top 5 CP Vinny, the Vinny I would like to boost. It's, you know, Fortnite's Vinny.
Right.
You know, tank and spank Vinny. I miss the old Vinny. Maybe we'll see it. He has been playing that Pavel, so maybe we'll see a resurgence of the old Vinny. But one of the things with this season, right, is there's been a lot of diversity. Harken back to, I said harken, I don't even know why. That's way too high IQ of a harken back to days of old in tournaments. But like previous tournaments, especially last season, Frenzy 10, you know, tank and spank, Snorefest, get your pillow. We had to come up with things to talk about just because we knew that the match was going to go 30 plus minutes. But this time, this tournament, and even a little bit last tournament, right, we saw a big resurgence of diversity when it comes to a lot of plays, right? People actually cleaving in tournaments, which is, you know, previously kind of unheard of. But with Operator Cigarette, with, you know, some changes to like Cerise, some of the other Sage Baal, stuff like that, it actually does really kind of diversify a lot of the ability for picks and stuff.
I mean, you can see it too in the Twitch content creators, right? You have all the way from Melona, who's like super tanky with all his knights, and then you have Light on the other hand, who's like super fast, like squishy units, and then there's like everyone in between. So the fact that we can have these content creators in Legend from like a huge spectrum of playstyles, I think they're doing really well with the amount of heroes that they're releasing that are always gonna be meta, and at the same time allowing diverse picks to be played without completely screwing one specific playstyle.
Right. I mean, I know that a lot of people are saying that you know, Politis kills
I don't think so.
Cleave, but I think that the reason that she's going to be very strong, right, is that it now makes you have to think a little bit harder about the draft, right? Because okay, before Cleavers, what would they do? They would just pre-ban FCC. Yeah. Now, do you pre-ban Politis or do you pre-ban FCC? If you pre-ban one of them and then plan to post-ban the other, that gives the anti-cleaver 4 free picks. Just
more free room to pick.
Yeah, so and it's gonna make it a lot harder.
You can also like play Politis in your cleave and FCC in your cleave. I've seen people do both. So
yeah, absolutely.
I think Politis made the meta kind of fun, even for cleavers.
Yeah, the other thing too is, and I think this is something that a lot of people didn't really look at, right, is not only does she stop cleave, but she hinders Falconeer Quarry, she hinders Teaser, and she hinders a lot of these units that were she hurts Ravi. You know, a lot of these units where their whole thing is, oh, ICR push Sage Ball. So she's not as just one dimensional, I think, as a lot of people want to think that she is. And once you start kind of looking outside of the box, what she can bring, not only that, but man, the Sky King Politis yesterday did some serious business damage on her.
I can check that out.
On her S1s. Yeah, it was
I know her modifiers are pretty low, right? Isn't her modifiers
actually, her modifiers aren't too bad for a mage. I know when we were doing the damage by the numbers video, we actually put her in a potential cleave situation, like cleave gear with like rage and you know, high crit damage, and she did some pretty good numbers for her overall utility. And I think that that's one of the things too, is like if you say take like a tank, right, and you start putting tanks in 100% crit with like moderate crit damage, like enough to be bruisery, like, is it going to be on par with a Rylet or a K-Ron or something along those lines? No, absolutely not. But they're pure damage. But
yeah,
your utility plus damage.
That's why I like Coward too, is that he's not just pure damage, he's utility and damage. That's what I feel about Becerra as well. There's like so many heroes that are utility plus damage that people underestimate because their damage is lower than pure damage heroes, but that should be the case because they also got the utility on the side, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And you know, you love to see it. I love to see units that can be built multiple different ways, and like just by changing their build a little bit just shifts them into like a whole different, not necessarily play style, but a potentially different role, right? And like that is the biggest thing for me, because then the other thing too is once that starts getting drafted, you have to go, is this RB Moonlight Dreamblade counter? Is this fast RB? Is this debuff RB? How do I respond to this? And a lot of times, you know, if you draft like a top mono Luluka and they're running a counter Dreamblade meme RB, feels bad, man. You're probably not going to kill it, but you take that potential gamble, right? And you know, it's definitely a little bit more interesting and big brain when you kind of add that extra layer of drafting.
Yeah, and then once whales have like multiple copies of heroes, and now you have to like, oh god, which one is he playing this time? And you can never tell. Yeah, I can't wait for whales to do that, except I'm not a whale.
Yeah, me neither. For free to play, by the way.
Free to play, by the way.
I do think though that it's a little tough with, you know, some units, right? Because some units you can build multiple ways and have like two of them. For me though, I feel like I would just completely forget which one. I would have to leave one like 5-star awakened and then 6-star awakened the other, just so that I would remember, because
memorize the CPs, right? Or
memorize the CPs. What if they're super close or something like that, and then you just forget? There's been a handful of times where like I would be climbing ladder and I would accidentally bring like my Wyvern SSB instead of my anti-cleave SSB. And I'm just kind of like, I do, because I tried pulling for a second drink and I ended up with a double SSB, an SSB, before I ended up with a single drink. Felt bad.
An SSB?
Yes.
Okay, just want to make sure.
Yeah.
That's a lot of S's.
It absolutely does. It absolutely was. Okay, so we do have both of our first round competitors in. Desonius versus Meeks. Both of these players very, very strong. Yesterday, Desonius taking out Pro, Meeks taking out Valeus. Both of these two 2-0'd their opponents pretty handily. So we are going to see what we will get out of this. We do have the Kitty Clarissa rep from Desonius, who has been seeing a resurgence. Maybe we'll see Kitty Clarissa in the tournament. That would be, I think, the first. We're seeing a lot of firsts this weekend for sure, but we are going to get into this first match because we have a fair amount of matches to go through today. So hopefully you boys are ready because we are going to get into this. Meeks number 17 on the legend ladder right now.
Wonder how many fights. I mean, I probably have more, but curious how many fights he's done. So we do see the
Not
FCC
as many as shuffles.
Yeah, not as many as shuffles. We see the Sage Ball ban as well, so I think this is a targeted ban probably.
Very possible. The other thing too is, I mean, Sage Ball does really mess a lot of things up, especially Meeks is very, very well speed tuned. Desonius good, ready to go, just absolutely ready to go, going fast. Meeks is going to respond with the Flitica, but from yesterday's matches, Meeks was just speed tuned like a clock.
They're just speed contesting each other. This fight's gonna be so fast.
Yeah, where this today we're gonna be halfway through the tournament and people are just gonna be coming in because we're gonna be going so fast. But the last pick Charon.
Yeah, the last pick Charon, and does Eeks have a second speed contester here aside from Flitica? Because if it's just Flitica, Desonius is just probably gonna take the Flitica out and take first turn.
Yeah, most likely.
The last pick Charon is kind of huge there because Desonius doesn't really have any other way to deal this Charon, right? I feel like that should be his ban.
Yeah, the Charon has to be the ban, and I think that's why Meeks picked up the Charon, right? Because you have to get rid of it. You don't have another strip, and that Charon will just solo your team.
Right, and Desonius kind of trouble here because. Wait, actually, is he? How much speed? No, it's the same speed, right? It's speed. No, like I think Shuri has more speed.
Shuri does have more speed than Vildred, yes.
So he has a 2-speed advantage here on the speed imprint, and he absolutely takes first turn.
He does take first turn, and yikes. That's a pretty fast fire Shuri as well.
Yeah,
and that's going to assure that we're going to see the ML crowd a good reset here on the Ox, which is gonna assure that nobody's pushing up here into the skill nullifier.
Because for the most part, they're just stealing each other's units and trying to like play around. That's pretty good.
Ooh, yeah, and the wasted gab into the skill nullifier, and that was, I think it took less time for that match than it did for the pick ban phase.
Yeah, take way longer. Eeks has a really good draft there. That last pick Charon was like pretty smart.
Real big brain. And then getting rid of the Celeste to assure that he didn't have another speed imprint and another pusher.
Yeah, Eeks was just really confident in his own speed gear here.
Yeah.
Kind of jealous. So we do see Eeks change up his draft from the Sage Ball into the Cerise.
Yeah, well, I think it's because he knows that Desonius is most likely going to try to cleave him yet again. So a Sage Ball would not necessarily be, the first match probably just feeling it out going, hey, you know what, I don't want to deal with Sage Ball. That's going to mess up my speed tuning. Second match going, okay, if we're going to cleave, then we can play cleave.
Yeah. Goes for the Cerise, even though we didn't Cerise last fight. We didn't see the Cerise last fight, but I guess he's trying to play it safe.
Well, the other thing, too, is potentially the Cerise can be another CR pusher for the CDOM.
True.
You could pick in Cerise into the Flitica, obviously, since Meeks knows, or since he knows, Desonius knows that Meeks is most likely, going to answer the cleave with his own cleave. But now he knows that the Flitica is going to potentially outspeed his Oxlots with the Fire Shuri. So
yeah, let's see if the Disonius has an answer.
He goes double Shuri here.
If he doesn't prep for the Charon, that Charon's gonna be another must ban for Disonius.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of weird for the double Shuri here sitting. There's an RB. Ooh. I don't think I like grabbing Charon here though, because you have Flitica with a skill mill. You have LR Cray that's like pretty tanky, and you also have Watcher Shuri that can potentially strip the Charon buffs with the S2. So it's actually prepared for Charon, and I don't think the steal here was a good idea. But let's see what happens. Because if Eeks takes turn 1, you can just have skill null, and Charon not very good into skill null.
Also, the other thing too is Disonius only has we see the Broman.
There's a Broman. Is that crit, bro? I mean, you have a seat on, right? Probably. Is that?
I mean, I would feel like you kind of have to if you're going to use Broman as the other potential speed contester.
Mm-hmm.
Or you just hope that... Ooh, we see a Rose. I don't know how fast Meek's Rose is, though. But knowing Meek's, that's probably like a 310 speed Rose.
Yeah. Also, this Charon is actually a really bad pick. There's like 3 units that is getting countered now. Definitely not going to ban the Charon here. Bans the RB instead.
Bans the RB instead, mostly because I feel like Meeks knew that Disonius was going to probably ban the Flitica. Obviously, faster base speed, but Meeks has 2 speed imprints.
2 speed imprints and then Knight. I wonder how this plays out. You're going to get attack buff from the Rose too, so pretty sure...
Wow, that Rose is so fast.
Yeah, that Rose, I mean, you got like what?
5%. 5% over the Ox.
I mean, it's 26 imprint, right? Or
yeah, that's a ton of speed imprint. You push forward. Do you just go through, and then does Shuri bop the Broman? Because then you have no strip, right?
True.
And then
it kills this.
Oh, never mind. Doesn't even need to. You just bop that.
Yeah, that's it.
That ML Crowd did so much damage.
Yeah. That's a Knight, by the way. 25k HP.
25k HP. 25.5k HP.
I'm pretty sure this is over. No way does this Charon kill the Rose, and if that Watcher Shuri can lap here,
Ooh, hold on. Counterattack.
Counterattack on the Shuri though. If it wasn't the Rose, maybe. Does that take out the immortality? It does not.
No, it does take out the debuff immunity. He'll end up killing the Fire Shuri and kind of delaying this just a little bit.
Yeah, you're gonna have Soul Burn, but the Rose is getting S2 here.
Not only that, but your ML Crow is just gonna end up. I mean, he can't kill the ML Crow.
No. Also, the Rose is gonna have a shield and defense buff.
All right, you talk about this, Melvin. I'll be right back. I gotta go put the dog out.
Yeah, this is how you just count. You don't really care on into Rose. Well, the Rose was picked at the end, but Rose is just gonna S3, put a shield on herself. Gonna S2, put some shields on herself even more. There's just absolutely no way that this Charon's gonna. Yeah, even with actually CSA counterattack into the Dust Devil. If that Rose is probably gonna S2, definitely do not want to hit the Rose here. And if that Charon is gonna counterattack into the Rose, it's actually popping off. Does it Dust Devil again? I'm sure he's gonna boost the Rose a little bit, but he has to turn on the shield and the defense buff, so there's no way that's gonna. Yep. And he got provoked too, so he got provoked.
Oh wow, that actually did kill the Crow though. I'm a little surprised.
Oh yeah, he countered like a couple times with the Dust Devil.
Oh,
that's why.
Gotcha.
but no way does it kill the Rose.
Yeah, and Rose is very good against the Kayron anti-cleave as well, just from elemental advantage, defense buff, things like that. So Meeks is going to be moving on to round 5, but very good first match.
Absolutely.
Very solid, both of you guys.
Man, he really can't solo cleave anymore because there's so many answers.
Yeah, absolutely.
To strips, to what's her name? OP Sigurd even has a strip now, right? So there's like so many counters that Cleave has into Kayron that I don't think Kayron's a good counter to Cleave anymore. I like the Carmen Rose rep though.
Yeah, no, I'm waiting for the other Banshees. What other Banshee do you want the special exchange for, Nurse? Misty Chain? See, yeah. I personally want Requiem. Requiem is my Requiem or Gloomy, honestly, but they'll probably go through the RBGs before they do the others.
Especially since Misty Chain would be so good for new players for hitting Wyvern, right?
Yes. She has great buffs. Yeah, she is pretty solid now, so a specialty change would just make her even better. Yeah.
Requiem War looks pretty good too. Like she's like a offensive healer, sort of.
Yeah.
When you kill things, you lifesteal something back or something.
What damage lifesteals?
Damage lifesteals too, and then Death Break on the S3 with the CR push.
Yeah, and Gloomy would be pretty good specialty change right now into the debuffers. You know, everybody right now is having a hard time with like Cerise, F10, things like that, and Gloomy Rain already kind of is like a budget champ Zerato. So without obviously the counter.
She's a mage with speed imprint too. Like
she is, yes. Yeah. She actually does pretty okay damage as well. Not only that, but she has the built-in RNL on her S1. Yeah. So I've used her in the past, and sometimes you just pop off, and it is amazing to see. You love to see it.
Yeah.
So our next fight is going to be Panshui versus Azukano. Let's see if Panshui is up and around. If Panshui is not up and around, because I know it's probably a little early for him, we'll move on to Pink Piggy versus Suck. We also have Lunail versus Jinx coming in. Now, Jinx, I love watching Jinx play. Especially when Jinx...
fighting Jinx.
Yeah.
He's one of the funnest. Our playstyle is sort of similar now.
Yeah.
We're like hunkering down, so it's fun to take each other's units.
Absolutely. I mean, we've got a lot of really good matches today too. Like I said, Pink Piggy versus Suck, Lunail versus Jinx. We have Sedge versus Otetsu, Zodi versus Blank, and Zodi actually 2-0'd 10 Bird yesterday. Which
I know that Zodi plays Water Tenny the last couple of days. Every time I fight him, he's testing out Water Tenny.
Yeah. You know what fight I actually enjoyed seeing yesterday was Hannah Hollick brought in the Archdemon Mercedes. I feel like he was trying to force it in a little bit, but I've been playing a lot of Archdemon Mercedes mostly because I forget to put my gear back on my Dizzy, and then I get into a match and then I'm like, I'm not gonna go all the way back and swap my gear out. So I guess we're just going to use Archdemon Mercedes. She actually pops off. When she pops off, it is really crazy. Those seals, huge against T-Surin, huge against Rylet, because Arby as well. The nice thing is, miss doesn't matter because you put the seal on beforehand. So you seal a Rylet, evasion afterwards doesn't trigger. He gets no charges when you hit him. Because
wait, how does that work? Even if you miss your S1,
seal hits before damage is done. So it's like Melissa, right? So you can strip Rylet through evasion even with a miss. It doesn't matter because its stuff is gone. So seal hits.
You can seal Mursa.
You can seal Mursa. Actually, if you were a watch. Oh wait, I don't think. Actually, no, I did put that clapping out. There was a Mursa, or I fought a Mursa at some point with Archdemon Mercedes, and I turned her into Rylet. because neither one of them are going to dodge. But looks like we don't have Panshui up right now or Azukano, so we are going to move into Suck versus Pink Piggy. Now, Pink Piggy, very big hill to climb here. Suck, #1 legend player on the ladder right now, insanely strong. Just an absolute monster. But let's see if Pink Piggy can pull it out. It would be a very good upset.
Already at 3,000, and are we like halfway the season?
Yeah, we're probably about halfway.
We're already at 3,000. Wasn't for season 1 like 3,200 or something?
Every season, including preseason, has gotten progressively sweatier as we have gone in the game. It's like people don't want to deal with last day climbing. So if you just climb all season long, it's like arena. You want to get 50,000 points so that you're assured rank 1, right?
Exactly.
So we see the RB and we see the FCC bands here.
Can I pick the Flurry here first pick? Wonder if Flurry first pick. I haven't seen a lot of Politis into Flurry yet.
Yeah.
But I feel like, I don't know. I don't think Flurry first pick is longer as safe as before since Politis is around. But let's see if Suck plays his rep hero here.
We'll see. But Suck going with the bruiser control setup. This is very much what I like to run. Pink Piggy maybe taking the Falconeer Quarry, because I know that Suck likes Falconeer Quarry as well. So not only that, but I mean, Falconeer Quarry is still a pretty solid first pick in general. You also see the ML Crow in response to the A Tywin.
I felt like the series Tywin into the Flurry, though. Neither of those heroes can stop Flurry from doing what she wants to do.
True, but potentially that just means a Flurry ban, right?
Flurry ban, yeah, as always. Typical ban is just Flurry.
And actually, yesterday we didn't see as much Falconeer Quarry or Adventurer Ross play as we did in the previous tournament, where they were the two most picked units in the entire tournament. We do see the A Ravi coming out.
The A Ravi usually paired with a Ross, but might see Suck steal the Ross here. A Ravi's still pretty good, especially in bruisers, bruisery fights where the longer the fight. The
problem is if that is not a timeless anchor or fast crimson seed, that A Ravi is just going to get locked down.
Yeah, he has to be one of those, because if he's playing it here into this double control comp that
and we see the Bryceria, the 1.1 star score Bryceria being played by literally the #1 player in RTA right now. If that doesn't say something for you, I don't know, man. I don't know. I always see people hating on Bryceria, and I'm like, you guys know that top legends actually pick Bryceria, right? And they're like, nah, unit's garbage. It needs more buffs. We also see the F10
easily picks Bryceria and easily bans Bryceria. We might even see a Bryceria ban here, because Elecrow wants to have that immunity up, and Pink Piggy is going to be in trouble if he doesn't have a second immunity too.
Yeah.
Hey, Ray, man, I've been playing so much Ray. He's pretty good into the comp here.
Ray is very good this season. Just because of things like the F10 elemental advantage, obviously, because I don't know if does F10 have the same elemental disadvantage or elemental advantage, ignoring that Basar, Kayron, Charles, and Alencia all have. Does she just hit green units like it's nobody's business?
Hits my green unit sometimes. Yeah. SMH.
So we see the Fighter Maya and the SSB in response here. Now,
so I could grab Basar though, would be pretty.
Atama Wuluka last pick. Now, I think that this is actually pretty okay from the Suck side, because most likely going to ban out the SSB. I feel like SSB is probably one of the bigger threats, especially with like the the ML Crow being able to put up the debuff immunity, right?
It's either the LL Crow or the SSB, and that way Tomoka is able to go in stealth and cannot be popped off.
Right.
Because there's only one AoE unit.
So we actually see the Falconeer Quarry and the A Tywin.
I think Suck was expecting a Tomoka ban.
Very possible. Pink Piggy has a very thick team right now, so I can't see that Tomoka doing too much, but we'll see. I don't think I've ever seen Suck's Tomoka, so that's a pretty big counter provoke there, meaning that the Cerise isn't going to be able to follow up with that S2.
Pop off. I saw a provoke on the F Maya, a stun on the LR Crow, and a provoke on the a Ravi as well.
Yeah.
Does he just go and pop the SSB here? Because doesn't Tomoka have? Does Tomoka ignore damage sharing, or was that someone else I was thinking of?
No, she doesn't.
No. An S1, right? S1, I think, ignores
S1, I believe. Yes.
Yeah.
So we're gonna see this Bryceria come through. I think the Bryceria kills the SSB here. If it's any sort of damage.
Not too much damage.
Hold on, but is this gonna do enough? It's not gonna do enough. SSB is gonna get the bat back here. So even if the damage from wow, that SSB has no hit points.
Yeah. The attack down was huge here from the Bryceria.
That fighter Maya got blown up.
Was it Confa?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, Tomoka does work here.
Yeah, Tomoka drops this and just... Ooh, man. The Bryceria, not... Okay, so it is Crimson Seed, but it's not going to be fast enough to...
S2, Sirius has S2 already.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sirius also has S2 still.
Yeah, Crimson Seed, you're going to have stuns, the Cerise, everything just kind of controls you right now. It is... This is one of the reasons why I like Timeless Anchor a bit more than Crimson Seed, because unless you're like really, really zooming, you are not going to be able to shake off more than one.
Yeah, there's just too many debuffs running around in the current meta, so I don't think...
I really wanted to see the... Fighter Maya pop off a little bit more, but that defense break sticking onto the Fighter Maya. So that's one of the problems with Fighter Maya into control, right? Is that sure, she can shrug off one debuff, but a lot of these units are just going to just pile more and more and more on. And yeah.
And also the unbuffable means that FMR wasn't able to keep her defense buff up.
Yep, exactly.
So easily with the defense break into the Tomoka.
Yeah, exactly. You know who is really good into control is the champ.
The champ.
He's
kind of selfish though. You're just relying on champ to like. I guess it's a stat fight, right? Whether your champ is tank enough to.
Yeah, you know what? You just let everybody else die except for him, and then he steals the spotlight, and so was the entire team.
True. Or Gloomy Rain SC1.
Yeah, exactly. You know what? So this is one of the things that I really like about Suck and why he is number one is that he's very, very versatile. Like he can switch up his playstyle, and I think that's really what makes top players. You know, so you can you can gear, throw as much gear as you want into like a singular playstyle and you'll probably get up there, but like the ones that really just kind of excel constantly are the people who can just kind of pivot on a dime and bring the answers. Like, oh hey, you picked an FCC neutral first unit, I'm not going to necessarily give away what I want to play. Here's my Falconeer Quarry, what am I going to go? Pink Piggy though, picking up a Flitica and an ML Crow.
I like the Flitica here. Now he's speed contesting both The current meta is just super aggressive. That if you're not trying to speed contest, you're gonna be like behind in the tempo.
Although we have seen some very good Meeks, for example, had a very good like turn 2 bruiser, you know, team, right?
Yeah,
you just
can work.
Yeah.
You're relying on your gear, which, you know, I don't like relying on my gear. I like to try hard in the draft, make sure I win in the draft. That way, you know, I have a better chance of winning.
I mean, the thing is, though, is you can definitely draft a potential turn 2, especially if like you are thick, you bring that extra mitigation. I think a lot of times people who give up the speed contest and like go, we saw it yesterday with somebody who was drafting a lot of anti-cleave units, but they didn't have any mitigation. They just drafted a bunch of anti-cleave. And while those units by themselves work very good, you know, a Sage Ball, a Cerise, you know, the Politis, stuff like that, unless you have the extra mitigation, unless you have that thickness, you're not going to make it to turn 2.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, even if you...
Steny pick here.
What's
I'm
that?
not fan of the Steny pick here. The Steny pick here into the Berserker and the LRK. I mean, the Atawin.
Yeah, I mean, well, the Atawin's not as bad. The Cerise isn't too dangerous to the Steny at all. The Bryceria is, but at the same time, Pink Piggy really has no mitigation, right? Not mitigation, but sustain.
Sustain, yeah, he doesn't have any sustain.
I guess like the only sustain, a lot of mitigation. So we see the T-Cert, and that's another good answer to the Steny. Not only that, but you know, you're gonna get the CR push, you're gonna get the stealth. So I like that pick.
Yeah, I think Piggy was also prepping for the SSB, right? Picking the LR Crowd plus the Alancia here. Yeah. That way, there's no reason for Suck absolutely cannot pick the SSB into the S10, which is one of the weaknesses of S10.
So see the Bryceria
going first pick here. Yeah, he wants to speed. He doesn't want to speed contest. Suck wants to get turn 1 here.
Right. So we're gonna see.
It's gonna be a good fight because I think it's all a matter of whether that T-Serin can kill the S10, right?
Yeah. I mean, realistically though, even if the Steny gets hit with like unbuffable silence, I guess you can still soul burn S1 to shake out of the silence, right?
Yeah,
but
silence doesn't matter.
Do we see the S3 here, which I think is actually a really good idea, because if he lands the stuns, which he lands the stun on the FCC and he lands it onto the Steny.
Plus the slows are slows actually the most A tier, having both Cerise and.
Well, I think everybody was slowed already from the Cerise. Yeah,
what I'm saying is like you are guaranteed to have slowed when there's Cerise and Atawin on the team. There's two 15% that you need to resist, right? So
yeah, absolutely. I mean, yesterday we saw just how powerful speed down plus speed up from the ML Crow was. So that's going to be dead T-Serin.
Yeah, there's no Auras in Suck's side.
So wait, hold on. Does Suck just control from here on out? I mean, it like once this, although he controls and he has more overall sustain. And potential, I mean, probably not damage mitigation, right? But I mean, that's a Justice for All Falconeer Query with a very fast Cerise. They have slow.
Also, Pink Piggy just lost all his souls. He can no longer soul burn on the T-Serin here.
Yeah.
On the S10 here, sorry.
On the S10. Although if he would have S3'd, would that have given him enough souls there to shake off?
Oh, S3 in the Alancia?
Yeah, well, if he would have S3'd the FCC to just put your Steny behind a skill nullifier just to prevent a little bit of extra damage.
Was he? I think he was taunted, right, or something?
No, he tried to, I think, to taunt the Cerise. Whoops.
Oh, I see. Ascending finally takes a turn here. Probably gonna stun the Cerise. Yeah, probably stun the kill the Cerise and knock everyone else back.
I mean, we'll see. They've got to get through, but you're gonna see a Soulburn Bird into the Alencia.
Yeah,
the Stenny is gonna get to hit that defense broken. That was a hold up.
Oh, that's a huge comeback. The amount of
this is actually a game here. Yeah, I think that Piggy takes this one.
Yeah, he's got S3. No, he's got S3 here. And this is a crit damage Tywin with 20k.
Ooh. And he's gonna kill.
Does he lap? Does he lap? No, he does not.
Oh, there we go. The S10. His kills here. Yeah. Wow.
Oh, JK.
Oh, hold on, JK. Oh.
Yo, that was huge.
Grasp from the Pink Piggy right now is just like, yes, I beat Suck. I did it. No, holy sacrifice. Holy sacrifice. A Tywin.
I mean, it made sense, right? Because it was a very
and Suck back to Suck immediately leaving. He's got to go get more RTA points. But yo, that was a good fight. I really liked that. That was really close. I mean, Holy Sack was huge right there. So looks like Pianshu is still not around. So we're gonna move to Jinx and Lunail here. We mark this. Suck moving on, but like I said, good game, Pink Piggy. David versus Goliath. Unfortunately, Goliath won this time.
Unfortunately,
I mean, it was a good match.
Not for
Suck, right?
Not for Suck.
All right, so let's see these two titans, both legends, both legend frames. Look at those little sparkles on their wings. They're both rocking the same. They matched today. They coordinated. They were in Discord. They're like, hey, we should match today. Where are their ranks at? 46 and 42. Almost close. You two are so cute. You two are an adorable couple. Let's see how this plays out, though.
Go get a room.
They have a room. This room.
Oh, they do have a room.
So we see the Arby and we see the ML Haste ban out here.
Well, like instantly grabbing the flurry. That's kind of out of his way. He's usually cleaver.
Well, I mean, you banned Arby, so Lunail probably doesn't know how to function without Gab Gaming, so this is going to be an interesting one here from the Jinx side. Lunail, by the way, did indicate that he was teaching Tenbird last night how to be an official Gab gamer, and then Tenbird lost. So I don't know how. Hopefully Tenbird got a refund on those coaching lessons. But we'll see. We'll see if Lunail has a basket on his Rylet as well. To Gab. No. Oh. No, I'm just saying that Lunail is a Gab gamer, so.
Gab gamer, I see.
All right, so we see Jinx going with the control setup.
Wait, does Lunali just not cleave when you ban RB? How much? I think it'll still try to cleave me even if I ban RB, probably.
Don't waste my time.
So we see the Rwana and we see the Champ Z here. Rwana only really countering the F10, right? So no, it does counter the Cerise as well, a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, depending on what kind of artifact that Rwana is too, there's like different options, right? You can go counter Celestine, you can go Stella Harpa, you can go Idle Shear, so...
Yeah, I feel like the most popular one, probably the Stella Harpa, right? That's what I run. We see the last pick up of the T-Cern. I feel like Champ Zerato is like the absolute ban here.
I think so. There's just no... Yeah, especially if you want T-Cern at the end. I think you're giving away your ban immediately. I mean, he also bans immediately, right? So it's kind of obvious.
Yeah. So we see the Braceria and we see the Champ Zerato bans here, meaning that you have to rely on Rylet to evade. So I'm probably going to put my money on Jinx winning this one because
I think so.
I mean, let's be real. It's Rylet.
Plus, you have Cerise here for the potential strip, and then you have the Water Tenny for the potential strip. So there's 2 strips into the Rowlet.
So that's one
Rowlet
that he didn't hit.
If you hit Rowlet, no, there's three buffs though. I think removing unbuffable is gonna be pretty hard. I mean, removing this. Yeah,
I mean, you didn't hit him twice, so it's easier to hit him once with either one of those. Does he S3 here to try to hit the Rowlet? Does he miss the Rowlet 4 times? Do the math for me, Mevlin.
Right now.
Okay, so there's 3. Do we see a 4th miss?
I mean, unbuffable is pretty good here too, right?
It absolutely is.
Oh my god, out 4th. That's
this Rowlet,
right?
Lunale.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
What is that, Rowlet? It's a 24% chance.
24% chance. It's easier to hit him once than it is to hit him 4 times.
Mm-hmm.
And misses yet again.
Yeah. Holy. Is that Rowlet? What is that here?
Zodi's Rowlet was actually insane yesterday. It took a gab Arby to the face without evading. Didn't kill it. I was just blown away.
Yeah.
The defense on that thing must be insane.
I think Jix. Yeah. Ooh, that's lucky though. He's gonna
yeah, goes into the invincible. I feel like at this point you had to take like the 33% repeating, of course, chance.
Yeah,
but at the same time, the T-Surin would have. Ooh, there we go. So you just saved up all that to hit right there
with the death break, but
with the death break, but not going to be able to utilize it. Not going to be able to capitalize it.
Mathematically, I think Jinx was supposed to have this, but that Rowlet defying math for some reason.
Oh, it must have been because of Frenzy, but like, did you just see that Rowlet heal after the T-Surin hit it? I'm gonna have to go back and watch the VOD after this, but like the T-Surin dumped into the Rowlet, and the Rowlet's HP like actually went up. Oh, it was because of the Rowana.
Rowana? Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say. Was that from the Cerise dual attack you're talking about?
It was, yes, yeah.
Okay, yeah. It was the Rowana.
I completely forgot that the Rowana was here because I didn't see her do much of anything. I was so focused on the Rowlet just actually evading everything. Lunale, put that one in the books as like the greatest one in history because I'm pretty sure your Rowlet will never do that again. Yeah, that is like that one match where you're like, this was all of the evasion that I have saved up over the last month of disappointment.
If I was Jinx, he's probably gonna go for a sweaty run back, right? Like, you had the numbers there.
Wait, we see a Politis ban.
See a Politis ban. Lunale might end up cleaving here. Jinx gonna grab the flurry first. So FCC is open now, and Jinx can use that flurry. I mean FCC to probably pick FCC early.
That Rowlet was like getting GameStop at $4 a share.
See they Tywin here. They Tywin pretty good into Cerise, taking away the speed debuff.
Yeah, so Lunale going into the cleave. Jinx kind of on the back foot a little bit here.
You think so? I think FCC is still open, right?
FCC is still open, but Lunale already securing the Cerise, has the C-Dom, picks up the TML, which I'm sure is pretty fast. Probably going to pick up one or two more, one more DPS and then one more enabler.
I mean, Flaco's still up, Alot's still up. And I don't think Jinx is going to steal any of those, so now he doesn't have to pick either his... Yeah, he's going to pick a DPS here, because he knows that Jinx isn't probably going to take any of his speed contesters.
I miss the old Jinx, the cleave Jinx.
FCC's still open here, though. FCC would be pretty good in... Ooh, Jinx is going to try and actually speed contest here.
Well, I feel like if you get rid of the C-Dom, right, and you can speed contest with the F10 and maybe one more. Cerise doesn't do much by herself, right?
But Lunai's gonna have another speed contester though, so she's actually gonna go all speed contest here. This is gonna be a matter of who's faster.
I mean, I feel like the ACID is like a must ban, right?
Oh. Unless if Lunai's super confident in his speed, he doesn't. He goes for the ACID ban and for the ALS ban.
I'm a little surprised here because I feel like I'm sure the Cerise is probably crit neck just to push the CDOM forward.
He actually almost outspeed the Cerise with his
Falconeer Quarry. Oh wow, yeah. And that's going to push the CDOM forward. That's going to push the TML forward. Who's going to push the Spec 10 forward? Who's got four stacks of souls?
Yep, Solberg into the Wartani, yeah. Prox and Elbrus, but that restrict was huge.
Yeah, if that restrict wouldn't have been there, your F Quarry would have cut, and then most likely would have. And then T Surin's dead. And now what do you do?
Can't get into the S10 with two dead units. It's I think this T Surin's gonna kill the
no provoke there either.
Goes for a stun, so you can stun do the S2 from the A-Town has been procced by these.
I'm surprised he didn't opt to S1 S2. He had this, or S1 S3. He had the souls there, and I think he could have.
Could have soul been here too.
Yeah. Like, what are you holding those souls for? Maybe the TML S1?
Maybe actually.
Nope, just opts to roll the S3 in onto the A Tywin.
I guess you're not really in any trouble here. Also,
yeah.
He's waiting for extinction. Wait, he's doing extinction. That's what it is. He didn't want to He
Oh,
didn't know if it was fully stacked, so he was going for the extinction from
right.
Okay.
All right, well, that was fairly quick. Lunail is going to be moving on. Jinx. Gotta go back to the cleave, Jinx.
Yeah, needs more speed, man.
Top 5 CP Jinx. You know, I heard a rumor that Jinx was going to delete his account if Aetherbulge won the last tournament. Surprised Jinx is still around.
Yeah. What is this? You can't back down when you say you're removing your account.
Yeah. So we're still waiting on Panshui here. But we got Sedge and we've got Otetsu.
Probably asleep, right? This is
Panshui? Yeah. I'm sure. I think he had potentially had the other tournament because the CN tournament is happening this weekend as well. So may have woken up. Yeah, I've got to do it like tomorrow at like 8 a.m. or something like that.
Nice.
I think.
Hope you and Panshui get to go through the finals.
Yeah, I actually did really well in the first round, the preliminaries.
So we get to see Sedge and Tatsu. Sedge, another free-to-play pair, right? I feel like me and Sedge are like have a lot of common. Rank 97 too. That's where I usually sit. I end my stream when I hit like rank 96 or like around that rank. We are the buttholes of legend.
Hey, you know what? At least you guys are legend, right? I only climb when I record, and then I forget to record a lot. So I am still in Challenger, but I would like to tout that I have like a 91% win rate, mostly because I'm just gear bullying bronze and silver players. But hey, you know what? You take them.
Sedge grabbing the FCC Landy. That's like something I do a lot too with Basar. That's a really good combo because keep saying this a lot, right? You want to pick two units that counter each other. So
wow, Sedge going real fast. Yeah,
Sedge just playing like similar to I do. Like
hopefully we got the next 3 matches ready because these boys are ready. They're going, zooming, and their bans were even fast. F10 and Alencia bans gone. Now I do.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say I do like the Vivian Landy. You wouldn't
Vivian
think,
Landy? Yeah,
yeah.
it's huge. Attack buff, speed buff on 2 of these units. Pretty dang
Although
good.
that Vivian a little on the slow side. I think that Vivian might die.
I don't think so. If it's that slow, it's got to be high defense. Also with the bear, right? Yeah, it's got to be high defense here.
I mean, we'll see, because you're going to have a TML into an ML Crow here. I feel like you have to go into the Vivian. Vivian's very dangerous for the TML.
I think this is survive.
Oh no, that's dead Vivian.
It's a dead Vivian. Sad. Need more defense, man.
Shall we bring this to a close?
Or more speed.
Or more
Either
speed.
way.
Yeah.
Ooh, that was actually barely dead. Surprising. Taiwan is not going to S3 here, right?
No, Taiwan's not going to S3. I feel like he just pokes the FCC here. No provoke. So that's going to be nice, because if this
Another
isn't
option
enough...
Another option for Seth is to put speed on the Landy. That way you can get CR boost here for your Vivian.
Yep.
Probably something we can work on, because he has guiding light, right? So he's not going to be worried from those single target units that just pop the Landy off.
Yeah. Now, do you? I feel like you don't necessarily rip the S3 here. I mean, I guess he opts to this way too. Yeah, you do a little bit more damage, but
also,
you get the shield.
Yeah, you get the shield, but I think he's scared of his FCC actually getting wrecked here, because if that Confile proc and the TM Luca was gonna take a turn, the FCC was actually dead.
Yeah.
So I think that he was there to like, oh, I might be dead, so might as well. No proc though. Landy's gonna take so many buffs here. Now she's gonna be ready to S3 on the next turn. S1ing the Taiwan means also she gets a 30% CR boost since the Taiwan was buffed. So
yeah, the other thing too though is the... Ooh, this is gonna be big, especially if it rips into the TML. No, it's gonna rip into the Cerise.
I think he has to rip in the TML. This Landy is gonna take that TML off stealth and actually kill it.
Yeah.
You can just S1 the All Crow here. Oh.
He opts to just drop the Cerise. I feel like that's good, because you have the threat of the Cerise pulling in TML for the double up.
But shouldn't he have S3 the Taiwan?
Most likely, and I think that's going to backfire on him here. But
I don't think it was the Cerise didn't have any AoE left, and it stuns and slows down the. Yeah, I think you should have went for the Taiwan there.
The Landy, yeah. Although she is still in stealth, so that's pretty good for him.
Out of here. Not when he goes out here, and the TM Luca is gonna be able to pop it off.
Yeah. No souls though, so you gotta bank on the double up S1.
Guiding light didn't proc, so but the slower is gonna be huge.
Yeah.
Because now it's gonna get provoked by the Taiwan, and he got lucky too.
But if you can kill the Taiwan here, oh, you also just go into the TML. I was gonna say, if you could kill the Taiwan here, well, no, because then the TML still would go before the Landy. But I mean, even where they're at right now, that Rylet can most likely finish the game.
Yeah. TML has to probably soul burn into the Landy here for the guarantee kill. I don't think you want to soul. Oh, I don't think you want to save it for Taiwan anymore. Also, I don't know if that Taiwan is Holy Sack, right? So maybe that's why he S3'd on the Cerise, but I don't think he needs whether it's Holy Sack or not. So I think either way, it doesn't matter with those Holy Sack or not. I think he should have went for the Taiwan.
So the Taiwan's gonna drop here. It is Holy Sack.
Yeah, it is Holy Sack. But still, now that Taiwan is gonna be able to S3. Actually, I'm not sure. I guess what the play was at that point.
That Crow surprisingly not doing a lot of damage. I'm so used to like LR Crows just doing like piles upon piles of damage with their S3, and this one not so much.
Not so much. Goes into the Taiwan here. I think that's fine. Tim Luca would have been better, but better than nothing.
Yeah.
CC is holding on by a thread here. Gonna S1 into the miss once, 2 hits, better chance to hit. Actually dodges both. 49%.
Dodges both.
Fortunately, the Temuka is still in stealth. If that Temuka is gonna hit the Rylet once, I think it's gonna kill him.
Yeah,
But
you gotta kind of bank here.
I think you S3 then, right? You don't want the potential double miss into the S2 proc.
Yeah, because if you double miss into the S2 proc, then that's gonna be
just go for the
big. So let's see if this works for him. Misses, almost kills.
I think FCC has a lower health though, so it's gonna go into this. The bear's gonna go into FCC. Do you S1
and
here?
the thing is though, is he has.
How does this work? With Luluka,
he'll S2 first. But he's just gonna die even through Meme Blade. Oh, Tetsu's gonna take this round. Hey, Deity, thank you for the raid, my dude. We have had some.
Yeah, that Luluka killing the Vivian, that was surprising.
Yeah.
I think I want to see what Sedge's defense is on his Vivian. I put so much defense on my Vivian just because she gets health, right? So you get health from a barrier from the Dignus Orb. So having a high defense is really beneficial because you're gonna get like so much tankiness because you're gonna get passive health anyways from the Dignus Orb.
Absolutely. All right, so Otetsu taking round 1 against the free-to-play champion bully Sedge. Let's see if he can pull this one back around.
Is that 100% evasion? That's instead of 100%.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that he did not hit that Rylet once. No. Today we actually turned evasion back up to what it was supposed to be.
Yeah, a lot of times, today.
100% evasion today. draft a cart. MRSA, draft your Rylets,
your Violets, dude.
Your Violets. Hopefully everybody has Violet's Talisman as well, because I mean evasion right out the gate doesn't matter. So Sedge going with the Landy again and the F10 here.
I like the combo. Landy F10. It's pretty much like me. Landy, alright. So same idea, same concept.
Tetsu though does have the double knight and the Cerise. Now, Sedge does know that A Tywin is on Holy Sack now.
Yes, unless if Tetsu has like two A Tywin.
Yeah,
that would be big brain.
You really just can't count it out anymore.
Especially against Wales.
Last pick the S10 here. The Aros is a good pickup, especially with like the Landy, the S10.
Right,
works very well
Eros,
with both of those.
Eros had immunity, right? Immunity pretty good.
Yep.
Also with the Landy
you also have defense buff. You also have the debuff immunity. You have the strip on the S1 with the CR push. So very very big here. However, Otetsu has some good answers.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say Otetsu has some good answers here to the Sedge side, because SSB very very strong. Does get rid of the Cerise though.
So a matter of whether Landy can kill this SSB, which I think he can actually. Especially with the Ross on S2ing, right? You get that guaranteed dual attack. Is that Bastion? Let's see Bastions. I can't really tell, right? Because there's an FCC. So
I think if it was Bastion, that would be a lot bigger shield. It's like,
was it? You think so?
Extra thick, yeah.
True.
So no strip. Did it even hit the Alencia, right? I think it missed there.
It's Alencia, man. You never hit Alencia. Ooh, this is gonna be huge here.
This is gonna be big. The boost
and plus is that. Oh, there's only 2 buffs though. He's not gonna proc the S3 here, which I guess is fine because on the lap around. Yeah, on the lap around he's gonna get S3 again. So into the guiding light. So the Alencia is not gonna be able to S1 that Landy for the trample.
Right. This is attack down and miss here, so we're gonna still have that Landy in stealth. However, who do you horse? You're in horse range.
Not sure actually.
I mean, you could
potentially not Water Tiny. I think it has to be the Ross. Because you're just gonna S2 instead.
Opts to just push back.
So I guess he's planning to S1 with the Alencia here.
Yeah, the S1 on the Alencia would most likely just dump this F10, but at the same time,
F10 here. She already did her job. No reason to kill F10 here. F10 is just gonna feed you souls in the SSB. So if you kill F10, I think that's actually a detriment now.
I'm surprised that he opted to S3 here, because
I mean, if he's gonna S3 here, might as well S2 on the crowd.
yeah,
You're not gonna hit the Landy, right? You're gonna take off the Landy stealth, but
yeah,
it's not your turn anymore.
right, yeah, he has everything here, and that's most likely.
Rashaw's trying to remove the defense buff from the SSB, but she missed.
Well, and she has full HP, so, or full bars, so she's gonna cut some of that defense anyways. Mevlin, did you just disconnect? Mevlin just disconnected. He'll be back in a minute, I'm sure. So we do see the S3 come out, and that is going to kill the SSB, and that's going to kill the Crow. Mevlin's so excited about this that his whole thing just collapsed. So this is looking a lot better in the Sedge side here. Tetsu can S3 potentially. We'll see if he stuns anything. Hey, Mevlin, you're back.
Hey, I'm back. Where'd I go?
Welcome back.
Thank you.
But does not stun the Landy. And this is going to be Landy behind the Guiding Light still. And this is going to be pretty rough.
Yeah, it is. Not able to like S1 the Landy. That's all you want to do with Valencia. Gonna try to kill the
double up here.
No double up, yeah.
I mean, we know that the Tywin is on Holy Sack, so I feel like you just kill him right now, get that out of the way, because it's gonna come back. He doesn't have S3, right? Yeah. No, he already used it, and it wasn't soul burned either. F10 is going to drop, but again, F10 has kind of done what F10 needed to do. The double up here is going to drop the A Tywin yet again. We're going to go into the Alencia.
Guiding Light blocking again. Is it 100% Guiding Light so far?
Potential. I think so.
Man, Guiding Light Landy. I really need a Cerisa.
Very balanced. Very balanced. So we're 1-1. Tetsu taking the first one, Sedge taking the second one, and this is for all the chips.
It's all for chips, indeed.
The winner of this will be moving on to fight the winner of Zodi versus Blank.
I can't wait to see Zodi. I love fighting Zodi. Every time I fight Zodi, it's always like YouTube worthy. Yeah. I tried to like not put too many Zodis because like I feel like I'm bullying him and it's not intentional. I swear, it's just my fights with Zodis are usually pretty good.
So we see the
Sedge's draft is so similar to mine. This is it's so weird. It's like my twin brother playing.
We see Tetsu going with the A Tywin, sticking with this like bruiser control.
Goes for the third instead. Yeah, bruiser control on Tetsu side or Sedge?
Tetsu side.
I think that's okay. Yeah.
Really enjoying the Guiding Light Landy from Sedge. Very, very strong.
Very
Guiding
strong.
Guiding Light kind of gives Landy that like survivability that she really needs. I honestly, when they buffed her, I wanted more survivability than overall damage, but
she got it anyways. She got it anyways. She got Guiding Light buff.
So we see the Ravi come out, which is a natural predator to broccoli units.
Not so much to Landy actually, because Landy S3 cannot be countered.
That's true.
So what you can do is use S3 and then wait for like something, like wait for the Ravi to be low health that you can potentially S1 it for the kill. So
yeah,
I've actually tried running what's that artifact? The new artifact in Guild Wars, is it?
Yeah, I know the one you're talking about.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. I forgot the name. Symbol of Unity, is that
Symbol of yeah, sure.
Unity. That way Landy gets like only a 30% chance to get, you know, miss Ball Fire Ravi. and she can't be countered, right? So
Right.
I've been trying like baiting Ravi into my landy, see
Hey,
if that works.
that's assuming that your Ravi is that the Ravi is on counter. That's
it's
why
always on
I like speed
It's
Ravi
always on counter,
personally.
man.
Zoom,
It's on
zoom fast.
Even the speed set, it's on counter.
It's on counter even if it's on speed set. That's right.
Yeah.
So we do see the last pick of Valencia here. So we're going to see the SSB and the Cerise banouts. Now, Tetsu does still have a pretty strong team here. The Ravi, again, pretty strong, especially going into the Spec Tenny. You can one-shot a Spec Tenny later in the game with a... with a Fire Ravi. Not only that, but you have the combo of like a potential Alencia S3 into a Ravi S3 later on, which is, that's a lot of damage.
Kind of wish this Falconer Clear was a Water Tanny. Unbuffable on Tattoo side would be humongous because you don't want him to get a defense buff.
They are opting to just go all in on this Alencia.
On the lens, yeah. Actually, maybe maybe that's better than if you can pop this Alencia. Soulburn into no buffs though, meaning you're not gonna get double S3.
But it doesn't matter because he wanted to do enough damage to that Alencia so that the Spec Tenny S3 just pops it.
Does it pop? Hey, it does pop.
Yeah. Get the pushback.
Yeah,
you now
and what
have
do you do with your Crow here?
Yeah.
Both the DPS are stealthed.
And the Landy has a full bar after the fact, right?
Yep, she can S3 again.
So she'll be able to S3 yet again.
Remember, it can't be countered, so pretty decent into Fire Ravi.
Yep.
Misses though, fortunately slash unfortunately, depending on the side you're
Right.
on.
Now, I feel like you... Oh, nice. The provoke on
Nice provoke.
The Tywin, very big right there.
How did the S2 get procs? Was it from just FCC S1ing earlier, the Tywin, and she lapped and S1 again?
Actually, I have no idea.
That's because FCC S3 is still up, so
Yeah.
FCC S1 the
Must have,
Tywin
yeah.
earlier, knockback with the...
Ooh, that doesn't kill the Crow though, so that Crow is gonna... Oh wait, no, Falconer Quarry laps! Perfectly balanced unit.
Yeah.
By the way,
down here, and once that Landy gets S3, neither can be
yeah,
countered.
and that was. I was like, "There's something's gonna die." Oh wait, no. Falconer Quarry being a super balanced unit. Sedge is gonna move on. GG Otetsu. Very good games. Falconer Quarry. Just imagine if it was pre nerf Falconer Quarry, where it wasn't even just a 50% CR boost, it was just literally an RNL.
Nope,
But
I'm not. Plus the 1 turn from the S3, 1 turn cooldown.
Yeah.
Insane hero.
All right, we're gonna move into Zodi versus Blank. Very hype for this one. Very solid players.
Zodi's sitting at legend too.
Yeah.
Rank 74, that's pretty decent.
Yeah. Also, if anyone has Panshui's phone number, might want to go give him a ring, because if he is not if he's not around by the end of the next 2 matches, Azukano is going to be moving on.
Zodi with the SSB ban, he's probably going to play his Water Tanny here, because
yeah,
Water Tanny pretty weak into SSB if she doesn't proc stuns.
Right. So we're gonna see a Tywin. We're gonna see the Rylet come out.
A bit early in the Rylet, but Rylet so far 100% dodge rate. So,
Yeah. This did Lunails get hit at all? Maybe, I don't know.
I don't know. I feel
Blank
like
picking up the Falconer Quarry and the S10 here.
Yeah, that's what I said. It's a bit early for the Rylet because Flurry's up.
Yep. But maybe you don't worry about Flurry. Maybe Flurry is the ban. Maybe that's.
But then S10's up too.
That's true. But I mean, you got a Tywin. You still have time to pick like the F10. You have time to pick more, which is what comes out.
Does grab his F10 here as expected. The SSB band kind of gives that away.
Yep.
Because you can usually do like a SSB Rwanda, right? With Rwanda and Stella Harpa. That way. Ooh, there's my boy Cowrick.
So Cowrick been getting picked actually a lot this tournament, like compared to all of the other tournaments.
In the ladder, he's actually a really good hero. Like I said,
if you pick Fire Haste. Level. Wait, hold on. Blank. Your rep is haste, and it's a level 50. A level 50 haste. You haven't even. It is fully awakened. You haven't 16. All right. Better than Sky King. Sky King's got so many unfully awakened units. Actually triggering me, Gabe.
Grabs a Sid here for the speed contest on that water tenny, but I think that water tenny is going to be tanky enough. Blank does have the S10 with, so now the Acid can potentially soul burn turn 1, but you can just ban the S10 if you want to.
Yeah.
Or you can just ban the Acid, right? So that's probably Zodi's bans here, either the Acid or the S10, depending on whether his team has immunity. Probably Acid if a single unit on your team doesn't have immunity, because you don't want to get silenced and knocked back.
Right. And we do see the Zodi hovering the T-Surin last pick, which is a very solid one. Gonna end up going with the RB though.
Yeah, pretty solid.
I've noticed that RB is a lot better as like a last pick than a first pick, because first pick I have
RB. I've seen RB. If you're Cleaver, you actually first pick RB if you want to, because you're gonna take first turn anyway, so it doesn't matter whether your RB is squished or not. But Bruiser tanky RBs are actually a pretty decent early pick.
All right, so we see the Acid ban, we see the F10 ban here.
One thing about Cowrick too is that if you have him with a stripper, you can just open with S3 and silence and blind everyone if you have the right exclusive equipment.
Can Zodi? Wow, that's pretty quick. Can he keep up the 100% Cowrick win rate?
I mean, he's gonna hit S2 the flurry here at 100%, but he was I think deciding to soul burn. And he goes for it because if that actually didn't land, it was kind of risky for the Cowrick here.
Yeah.
But I think I don't think I like the Cowrick here actually though. It was 8k health Cowrick, so it's probably super squish. And
Yeah,
the fact that
it
Zodi
is.
doesn't have any damagement, this is probably a dead Cowrick with the soul burn S2.
Ooh. I mean, it's definitely dead now.
Yeah, you're just gonna S3 it, knock everyone back, except the Rylet. This is all a matter whether Rylet pops off. I was just hyping up Cowrick too, but Zodi, man.
We're gonna see this come out. Now, the Rylet, which I think did get hit, he did get hit right there. Can only do so much here, and your RB.
I don't think I like the FCC S3 there from Blank side, because I think you should have saved it for the Rylet. Rylet wasn't going to kill any of your knights here.
Right.
It's not going to be able to hit the S10, so I think saving it for when the Rylet has max stacks, that way you protect your S10 guaranteed.
Yeah.
That is what it is.
I think he was maybe worried like about the RB potentially.
The RB? You got
if we get some double stuns here, stuns onto the flurry, but is Zodi in a very bad spot?
I think so.
Yeah, the Cowrick into like 4-3 immunities was just pretty rough. Not only that, but I mean, you got FCC. There's a lot of mitigation here on the field. As you can see, that S3 from that Rylet didn't even take the Aros down past half.
We do see a Holy Sack 8-town win once again. Pretty popular. I think I might switch mine to like a DPS town win with Holy Sack.
I think I'm gonna just draft. I'm gonna draft ML Haste against every Tywin now.
Why?
So that Holy Sack triggers my thing.
That's why I actually figured out.
And because ML Haste is super good. No Gab gamer here. If he was a Gab gamer, would have potentially been a different game.
It's the wrong Gab. It's a Cab gamer.
No attack buff there. Gab, if it would have gabbed, probably would have killed that Stenny with the soul burn.
I think
Maybe.
was it? No, it's gonna be super low. I don't think.
I mean,
it's only 75%, right?
It took her to half. He had no attack buff though.
Yeah.
Like 0. So I think it would have been a little bit different. So clocking in our first Coweric loss, Zodi.
That's the mage Zodi. Making my
Blank
boy
though,
lose his
Blank
100%
though
win
doing
rate.
work. Very, very solid.
Was it Zodi that brought the Coweric yesterday? Or was it someone else?
I believe so.
Ah.
I'd have to go back and check.
Zodi pre-banning the Flurry and Blank gonna pre-ban the series here. Still gonna grab the FCC first pick because FCC is FCC.
Indeed.
Guys, for you guys who don't have FCC, hopefully she's gonna get a rerun soon and you're prepared with your Mystic Pity, because that hero is almost mandatory to play the game. Almost.
So we'll see the blue crow come out.
Yeah, Blue Crow's pretty popular too. I really shot Blue Crow.
I like blue crow into ML crow. Very, very strong.
Very strong, yeah.
Almost
Blue Crow.
assures you a horse like immediately.
Yeah. Or I guess depending on the speed tuning, right? But if you're too fast, you can just S2 and get
Right.
defense buff. Like guaranteeing a defense buff on his team, grabbing both Valencia and the Blue Crow. He really wants to keep his defense buff, but Zodi does have, as we know, Water Tiny, so that might be a guaranteed ban for Blank if he wants to keep his defense buff.
Yeah.
I've got a feeling it's gonna be Water Tiny here, especially since he picked the A-Time one. So it goes for the Rowlet. But the Flurry is banned this time, so Rowlet's not gonna be able to be countered by the Flurry, but man, Zodi really likes his Rowlet. Are we gonna see the Coweric again, I wonder?
I mean,
Coweric's pretty
that
cool.
Rowlet is real strong. That's the Rowlet that took the gab to the face.
Oh,
and
this is the
didn't
12,
die. Yeah.
It was like 12.5k HP, so probably
Yeah.
decent amount of defense too.
Yep.
Sorry,
You gotta
I'm moving
build. You
around.
gotta build your Rowlet like he's not going to dodge.
Yeah, exactly. You do see the Fire Gravity plus the Aros
Aros.
combo.
Yep.
That is so scary. But Zodi's gonna grab F10 here, and it's almost a guaranteed ban for Blank. Pretty sure. Valencia is probably the only one that can, sort of counter Water Tiny, but Valencia can't stop Water Tiny from screwing everyone else in Blank's team.
True.
If Zodi can grab another stripper here, if he has a Bazaar, I don't think he has a Bazaar though. Or
So we see
Viceria
the
actually.
SSB come out.
Viceria on that last pick right there on Zodi's side, but I'm pretty good. The 1.1 hero, by the way.
Indeed. So you see the last pickup of Rowana here, which actually does really hurt the F10 and the SSB.
Pretty sure Blank's taking out that Water Tenny though. Pretty sure.
Think so?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Has
mean,
to be.
the Rowana pick, even if you take out the F10, I mean, you kind of very strong against the SSB, obviously.
Gotta be Rowana.
We're going to see the SSB and
Oh,
we're going to
look at
see the
that.
Rowana ban here.
Water Tenny's gonna pop off here, won't no? Hopefully, I guess Blank's banking on that 15%. I mean, the SSB is fine though. 'Cause you got Valencia and Crow. I'm surprised Blank banned the SSB, to be honest. Did you still get Valencia? You still get Crow to deal with the SSB? That Water Tenny didn't pop off.
No, not at all. Now, yesterday we did
Valencia.
see a couple of Water Tennies just absolutely do nothing. Did not
nothing,
strip
right?
anybody. It was very, very feels bad.
Dang. Valencia, man. 100%. Something's wrong with Valencia. I'm so convinced that something's wrong with Valencia. It's kind of tinfoil hatting, but I don't care. I could never strip Valencia. Even in my character too, I have to like soul burn every time, so I got scared.
Let's see the S1 in on the Ross.
I'm just gonna ask three here. Get her defense buff.
Did she hit the Rowlet? She hits the
It's
Rowlet.
Rowlet, but good thing it didn't matter here.
Yeah, because I mean, he's just gonna get evasion right back.
Yeah. Goes for the Ross with defense buff. Rylet does have the defense penetration, 50% on the S3, but that literally just tickled the Ross.
Right. We're gonna see. Ooh, the defense break there on the Ravi is pretty rough.
Now you can S3 here on the Tywin. It is not crit damage Tywin though. Oh, just up to S1. Okay, he wants to I guess he wants to cycle to get the souls. Oh, he didn't get enough souls. I see. That's surprising. I guess the fact that he hit an S3 and FCC, that's the reason why he didn't get enough souls there.
Yeah. So we'll see potentially the provoke lock onto the Ross. Yeah.
That way the Ross can't provide immunity on either Alencia and the Fire Ravi. No reason to S3 there. You want to save the S3 for when the Crow has potential horse. So Zodi playing this correctly.
I'm surprised he's going for the Tywin with the Alencia instead of the F10, but it's possible that he's trying to trigger the battle command so that way he can potentially provoke or stun somebody with the Fire Ravi.
Maybe. Yeah. He wants
just
to
chip down, or just chip down the Tywin. Ooh, and that's going to be a fully amped up Fire Ravi.
See what happens here though.
Who just got stunned. Ooh, that was big. Now the Ross is silenced, so don't actually even need to provoke that.
Silence, yeah, and provokes the Fire Ravi too. Tywin's gonna start now.
This is very big brain right now from the Zodi side.
Oh yeah, this is just typical control player. Big brain control players are big brain. That's just the truth.
Started going into the F10 now, switching targets. I don't know if I necessarily like that, just because like
Wartani has one turn on her S3. It'll be ready once she cycles through, so
right, but the thing is like you wasted all that time with Alencia going into the Tywin and for not much. And
he's
now
probably
you
gonna
just switch back.
Yeah, he's probably gonna horse the Water Tanny here.
Ooh.
That Water Tanky. Wait.
And now Zodi's gonna get a whole rotation of his entire team here.
Yeah, I think Zodi was really good here because the Blank kind of doubled down on the defense buff with the Alencia plus the Crow way too early, which is really easy for Zodi to punish with his control team.
Right.
Yeah. Also, Blank played that correctly, using the S3 earlier there with the Crow so that, you know, he doesn't have to worry about the skill null from the FCC. So Blank played this correctly. It's just, I really think Zodi just was so ahead in the draft.
Indeed.
The entire time. Because, like, that War Tiny didn't even pop off, right? At the beginning. Like, he was, the War Tiny was able to cycle. Yeah. Wait, that War Tiny's on, wait, is that Abyssal? Was there proc damage?
She's on Abyssal. She's stunned quite a few times, actually.
Yeah, but why was there proc damage in the S2? Maybe I'm just blind. Gonna provoke the Alencia here, probably. Oh, just gonna kill the Crow. I guess you wanna provoke here? Yeah. Resisted again, so I think that Wartime is gonna die. JK dual attack into a provoke. Am I gone again?
No, you're fine. I was just trying to figure something out. Something was eating up all of the resources on my computer, and I was lagging.
This is gonna S1 into the FCC, lands a defense break into the trample, but that's not enough damage. Zodi's team is so tanky while running like all these debuffs at the same time. Tanky bruiser control is so scary.
Yeah, I had Slowdown on my emulator.
I see. Yeah, I think you're slightly behind too when we like.
It's okay. I killed a few things. So we're good. So yeah, Alencia dropping, and now it's Ravi versus the world, and this isn't a counter Ravi, is it?
I'm not sure actually, but the blind here is gonna be huge if it was.
Yeah.
And provoke 2. Not. I don't think this Ravi ever has 3, right? Doesn't really matter though, because the Tywin is just gonna cleanse the stun. Everybody's dead. Stun and unhealable. Yeah, that's over. GG.
Yeah. GG. All right, so we're 1-1 now.
1-1. Yeah.
Zodi taking 2.
I should just probably just build War 10 at this point. There's just so many heroes I want to build. Just not enough resources.
Absolutely. All right, so Zodi versus Blank for round 3. I'm liking these 1-1 matches very strongly. People are waking up a little bit. No 2-0s, not the fastest fights, but very big brain, right? A lot of those plays from Zodi during that were very, very strategic in who to provoke. I think Blank starting on the Tywin and not just dropping the F10 right away, kind of hurt him in the long run.
I think Blank was underestimating the tankiness of the War 10. I think he was under the assumption that he could kill the War 10 whenever he wants to, and he almost did.
Right.
But Zodi's team is way too tanky that he should have started, or at least checked how tanky that Water 10 is, so that he could properly time killing the War 10 at the right time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because he did want the S2 procs for the War 10 to proc Mind's Eye on the Alencia, but just check a little bit, see if you can kill it the exact time they want to kill it, rather than hitting someone else first.
Right.
Like grabbing a double defense buff again.
Double defense buff. Zodi going with the Rylet yet again into the Tywin.
Rylet Tywin. Zodi, a huge fan of his Rylet. It's pretty well. Oh, so Black does have counters to control. Grabs a CZ here a little bit too early, I think.
Yeah,
probably
a little on the early side, but at the same time, now does you kind of see if that is going to get banned out, because if he picks F10, then you kind of determine, hey, this is going to be the ban.
Isn't Rwanda too good here? I feel like Rwanda's way too good here, but I don't know if Zodi wants to play as Rwanda here. I don't know if it fits his playstyle specifically, but looking at that team, Rwanda counters all of that, even the crowd, because the revive is going to be huge, because if the crowd horses on the revive, then it does nothing, right? Right.
Yeah, but at the same time, the Rwanda, and now you have to, I mean, the Rwanda is a must ban, so Zodi has to last pick pretty much like something that whatever he wants, but it's gonna, you got free reign, but at the same time, Blank also has the actual last pick.
I was gonna say Alencia could be pretty good here. Any unit that has a strip onto those defense buffers, Alencia also pretty good into SSB, so almost pretty sure he's gonna lock in this. Oh, it doesn't. I think I like the Alencia better. Gives you defense buff, and
we see the RB. Last pickup, an insta lock Tomoka from the Blank side. Zodi already banned.
Yeah, Blank's kind of in trouble here because who does he ban? Does he ban the RB, which pretty sure Zodi already banned. Actually, I shouldn't say pretty sure because I've been a couple times, but Zodi probably banned that Tomoka, and Blank's getting in a tough situation here because knowing that Tomoka's banned, do you ban the RB or do you ban the Rwanda?
So we see the Rwanda and the Tomoka, but the thing is depending on how tanky Blank's team is, you can potentially just eat that RB.
True. We don't know what kind of RB it is though. The RB and the Rylet does have like the same amount of shields, so it's probably a 12k HP RB.
I feel like you S3 here to get the defense buff. Defense buff, very, very important.
Yes, definitely. This is why I wanted Lensa, especially since you got A-Town, right? Also, I know that A-Town's is like super fast. I think that A-Town's like 250, 260. That's really fast A-Town.
Rylet into the SSB.
SSB, yeah. Share damage on the front unit, so it's not gonna be too much damage.
But we do see Zodi Gab game in here.
Oh, it is a. So I guess it is a Gab RB. Pretty good damage.
And the crow is provoked here, so no horse. That would have been a really good time for a horse.
Mm-hmm. Gonna S3 on the SSB here. The Tywin already procced his S2, so all the debuffs here are gonna land unbuffable and unleable on the entire team except Rylot. You're gonna get S3 on the CZ as well. If this hits the Rylot, it's gonna land defense break. I think that's his winning condition. It doesn't though. Dodges, route dodges again. Double defense break, gonna be huge, especially on the Tywin there. It is a Holy Sack Tywin, so Blank needs to account for that. The unbuffable is pretty huge too because FCC is not gonna be able to provide the shield, so
yeah,
missing a lot of healing here from quote unquote healing from Zodi's side. See an SSB again, no crit on.
Here comes the
defense buff too strong though.
Yeah,
it is a tank Rylot, right? So probably missing a little bit of damage.
A bit of a tanky Rylot, but that crow not looking good.
Yeah, I guess hindsight, I like the RB on Zodi's team because not enough damage in Black side to pop the RB.
Right.
And Zodi's just fairly tanky with that double knight comp here. I guess FCC is the only one with Auras because we do know it's a Holy Sack. Talon. S3 on the Talon. That's gonna. If it stuns the SSB, it's pretty much over.
Yeah, SSB stun.
Yeah, RB still has a second life.
RB does still have a second life, and I think that if he comes back, it's going to be tough, even for the champ Zerto to deal with that. This is going to pop off the skill nullifier here. Yeah, it's a 12.5k HP Rylot.
Yeah, probably high defense too, because it's like taking tickle damage, and
yeah, it's probably high damage, and he probably, the reason why he most likely does that, and this is something that I did with my Rylot, was I built really tanky with Violet's Talisman, so that the 30% increased attack after the stacks, it not only stacks with attack buff in general, but it helps mitigate a little bit of that extra a reduction in damage that you get from not having as much attack. But it doesn't matter because this RB just gonna gab, and Zodi is going to take round 3.
I don't think the gab mattered there, to be honest. I mean, he did get gab.
You know what? Gab is gab. So Zodi is going to move on to fight the free-to-play Sedge. Very good fight right there. Zodi, love to see it. GG's to the both of you. Who do we have in here for the next fight? If we get Z Pendragon in, we'll go to Z Pendragon versus Ghost. We have Ozakir and Kunsel last, and then we're still waiting for Panshui. So Panshui's got 2 matches left before Azukano moves on.
Someone check Azukano's basement though. So make sure.
Azukano probably hired Liminal to tell Panshui the wrong time for the tournament today.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It was like, hey, Liminal, how much do I have to pay you to make sure Panshui doesn't show up? You take that as you do.
Yeah, part of the prize is how much is it this time? Is it $2,000 still?
So it's 2,000 plus.
2,000
potentially
plus.
Question mark.
Question mark?
Yeah, I'm talking to some people about potentially. There's we have some potential people who are going to throw in some extra cash to make it bigger than it was before.
But Azukano's only played 1 match up to now. Has he gotten like?
Yeah, Azukano. Where were you? He. Yeah, all of the other people just happened to not show up. I'm pretty sure that Azukano just disappeared 3 rounds of people. Just kidnap opponents. That's how you win.
FBI open up?
No, I will
Check
say
this-
that Azukano did reach out to at least the first round, and I believe the second round opponents actively. So
I don't know.
not-
I mean, that makes it even more sus, right? Pretending
that's
to like,
true.
pretending to talk to them, knowing that they can't.
Indeed,
big brain.
indeed.
We do have console here, and I guess either if we get, is it Z Pendragon?
Yeah, we
or
need Z
Ozeki to start a
Pendragon
fight?
and Ozakir. Those will be the next matches potentially.
I mean, if none of them show up though, I guess we're gonna give them a couple minutes.
We'll just have them all fight you.
No, man, my strats are secret. Nobody knows what I do. I'm not fighting.
Indeed. Well, secret fleet strats is just kidnapping your opponents. That is
Good to know.
that is
And hire some bodyguards when I fight fleet.
indeed. Hey, cheat fleet, man. That's just that's the name, right?
Yeah.
So I'm interested to see what Zodi's Rylet looks like. Because didn't Zodi put out a video of his like 270 something Rylet for a little bit? I know somebody had like a 270 like disgustingly high attack
Like
Rylet.
squishy Rylet.
A squishy
just
Rylet, but
YOLO
it just killed people. Insta gib.
Yeah, that'd be interesting. I mean, that would be. I feel like that's where you put Valid Talisman, no? So you get that 10% increase.
Right. Well, either that or you're just a nuke that you just won one. Like you take something out, and then if you die, you die. Your KDA is at least 1.
Yeah. Suicide Rylet.
Yeah. Just
So
blow
what happens
something
if
up.
None of these 3 people show up?
If
Everyone
none of
gets
the other 3 fights show up, well, to be fair, Z Pendragon and Ozakir technically had more time. They had at least 1 more match worth of time.
True.
So we're gonna give them at least a little bit of time, but yeah, we will.
Are you planning to what's your next unit that you're gonna build?
My next unit that I'm going to build, probably Kitty Clarissa.
For the Carissa? You're
Yeah.
gonna build like the fast R ones that can
It's gonna be the fast high ER, yeah, enabler Kitty Clarissa. Plus, because she's super cute.
She is adorable.
Yeah.
A little bit crazy, but
Hey, you know
Crazy.
what? It's okay. Cat girls in games always solid. But yeah, I've also been thinking about potentially like Ray, because again, you know, as you can see, F10 big problem, right?
yo, look at my Ray video, man.
Yeah. I mean, I
Got
watched you
Ray
play.
video.
I watched you play Ray on stream the other day. So
I actually like these. Like, I personally like downgraded my Ray speed because if he's too fast, it's so awkward, right? Because like sometimes my Ray was faster than Water Tenny, and then what do I do with my Ray? I couldn't S3 because then I'll just lose my cleanse. And
yeah, but I mean, doesn't
yeah.
awkward work out for you, Mevlin? Because I mean,
I'm always awkward.
like streamer like Ray.
Are you making fun of me? I can't.
Yeah,
never tell
yeah,
if
no,
you're-
I that was me calling you awkward.
Yeah, that's true. I'm
Yeah.
awkward.
No, it's okay. See, this is awkward.
Yeah, way to go. I made this awkward. I think I'm gonna build. I don't know. I think I'm gonna build a laner. I've been building so many Soul Weavers recently. I'm a Soul Weaver main now. I think I've got like 6 or 7 Soul Weavers in my roster that I actively draft. this is
Sedge,
kinda
no,
funny.
you have to stick around. Next round is today. The semifinals and finals are tomorrow. So you have to stick around for at least a little bit.
Sedge gotta go back farming.
Sedge gotta go back to free to play farming.
What are you gonna do, Sedge? Like you got better things to do? You got nothing to do. Let's be real. You got a life? Question mark. See now it's awkward again. I'm so good at this.
Let's see here.
What do you think of Politics, by the way? I don't think
I think that she's amazing. I immediately was going to pull for her. I didn't pull for extra copies because, well, I don't really care too much about the effectiveness imprint. Mostly because I feel like the people that you're going to be drafting her against are not going to be very high ER, right?
You're gonna draft her into Ruel. You're not gonna draft her into like Ray or Kitty Clarissa. Obviously, I guess he could, but probably not, right? I guess. Wait, actually, what about Sanji?
I mean,
you could go like a cleave team and then use her to counter Angelica. Could be pretty interesting.
I feel like you could use a lot of other characters to counter Angelica. But I mean, for me, I always hate cleave, right? So very big on anything anti-cleave. So I am a big fan of her. I built her. I used her in Guild Wars. I find just about any opportunity that I can use her in to slot her in. But I like it. I don't think that she's like overly oppressive to the point of, you know, like absolutely destroying cleave, but I think that it makes cleaving a lot harder, right? Because like I mentioned earlier, if you ban her, then you have to let FCC through. If you pre-ban and then ban, that gives me 4 completely other picks that I just get to run the board with. So exactly, because especially against cleave, if they're not running an OP cigarette, like then the FCC, you know, is a must ban.
I also like how easy she is to build, right? All you need is like a little bit of speed, a little bit of effectiveness, a little bit of bulk, just good to go. She doesn't need like the perfect stats. She just needs a little bit, and then like you could just put her in like your mid-tier gear and she would absolutely work fine. I like units like these where they're super easy to build. They don't need like high priority when you're trying to optimize. They're probably like in the bottom of your optimization pool.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's she's definitely cool, and I think that just having more and more options to draft is good and bad at the same time, right? Because there's so many times that I will get just absolutely caught up in my own draft and have no idea what units I have built. And,
you forget to like I get that too, where I'm so used to like specific units in my draft that I always draft. I forget, wait, I could have done this, I could have done that, except you know I'm going to my safety picks all the time. Yeah,
absolutely. All right, so I mean, it has been 10 minutes, and I don't think any of these people have responded at all. So unfortunately, due to the rules, I mean, we gave Panshuyo quite a bit of time here. So feels bad, man. But 3 people. Wait, hold on. Three matches. You guys, come on. I even pinged the Discord. So we're moving on to the next round. We're not gonna be able to wait all day long.
Just to recap, Patchweave versus Azukano. Azukano is going through. We also had Z Pendragon and Ghost Wolf. I believe it's Ghost Wolf that's going. Is that Ghost Wolf? Why do I call him Ghost Wolf? Just Ghost W. And then Kunsel and Ozakir. Ozakir is not here, so Kunsel is going through.
Indeed. Yeah, and unfortunately, per the rules, no stand-ins after the first round, so Ghost will be moving on, and Kunsel will be moving on to fight Ghost. All right, so we're gonna stop back up at the top. Do we have Meeks? Meeks hop in here. Then we'll go to Azukano versus Meeks.
Meeks showing off like he's a pretty strong pretty strong control over his like cleave picks, right? Being able to understand cleave completely, what counters what, when to pick when. I've got a lot to learn from Eeks because I do have trouble into a lot of these cleave players, and I would like to understand what I need to do to counter them.
Gotcha. Azukano, go wake Meeks up. Asleep. Azukano just absolutely just chokeholding this tournament, putting people to sleep, per what Ghost says. Yeah. Not kidding, he's not responding. All right, we're gonna go to Suck versus Lunail. Because they're here, Suck just was like, "Hey, I'm ready. I've been grinding." So we're gonna go to this match, and let's see what these two titans. Lunail just going to town on Jinx. Suck doing work. Oh, he's rank 2. He dropped, although he did pick up another 30-40 points while we were doing this.
Has he really? Who's the top one right now?
I obviously can't go look, but
we can't look. Can someone go check? I'm curious who's taking advantage of the tournament to get number 1 and beat Suck. Suck banning the Water Tanny, Lunale is banning the A-Town here. Both players not a huge fan of getting controlled. Lunale not actually going to go cleave here, so I think he's respecting Suck's ability to counter cleave, which is fortunate for me because I wanted to see how Suck deals with Lunale.
Indeed, yeah. But I mean, at the same time, you got two fairly neutral units here, right? Lunale can kind of go into anything else here for the last 3, but Suck picking up the Cerise, picking up the Lilius, and Lilius, somebody we haven't seen a lot of this tournament, but when we have seen her, people have started running the Bruiser Lilius, the high damage, to kind of bring that extra little bit of damage to the team. So we're gonna see the Bryceria and the Arby come out.
I do see Lilius a lot, but then again, I always first pick Basar, so it makes sense for me to see Lilius every single fight. I like the Bryceria here into that rally.
Sui Stark took number 1.
Sui took number 1. A big brain.
Sui did.
Sucks busy right now. Gonna take that number 1 spot. Suck also grabbing the Emerald Haze here, countering that Arby. I think that's pretty much all he's countering, and he's thinking his last pick. I'm really scared of Bryceria, just because I feel like not a lot of things can stop. Like Basar's like my only counter to Bryceria, but most people usually take out my Basar.
Yep.
And Bryceria's just pretty much a Basar. But
let me see the last pick T-Sur in here from the Suck side.
Yeah, pretty good, right? I think.
Yeah.
Because Bryceria and Arby can't really stop T-Surin from doing her thing. I think one of the best counters for T-Surin is actually Cowrick. You just S2 the T-Surin and she can't do her S3. She's giving me like half health. I like bringing my Cowrick into T-Surin. Bans the Bryceria, bans the Emerald Haze. I think Suck was trying to not get unbuffable so that his Emerald Haze pops off, but Lunale reads that, instantly taking out the Emerald Haze as well. So Lunale, I think, kind of won the post ban there. Dude, every time you're quiet, I'm like, wait.
Yeah, no, I'm just watching, taking it in. So no.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, I was gonna say not stripping the FCC here. Shields
that
on everyone.
kind of slow. Is that DPS Flurry, or has Flurry taken a turn?
No,
right? Yeah, that's kind of weird. S3 on the T-Surin here. There is, I think, Oreo somewhere, because T-Surin's not 50% right now. I guess it's just low damage from the FCC. Is it Lifesteal? Lifesteal pulls back to health. SCC's gonna bat back. Good thing that T-Surin did not take enough damage to go below 50%.
Ooh, the double attack though. Dual gamer.
Did RB S3 yet? I think that was big.
No, that was just an S1 on the.
No, but Lunale intentionally not S3ing. Instead, he S1 the T-Surin, banking on the dual attack. So it was lucky for him to get that dual attack, but he played on the assumption that he could get a dual attack.
Hey, at the same, like, you have to kind of think that way, right? Because like there's that possible chance. Like if you S3, 0% chance.
Exactly. So like I just want to mention that he did get lucky, but he played that the right way.
And then Arby comes back.
S3 on the RB here. If it hits a relic, it's pretty much over.
Chat says that the RB was silenced, so we're maybe giving Lunale too much credit.
Oh, what is silence? Okay. Oops.
So we see the bird come in. Nope, defense break, but we do get the provoke on the Lilius. All right, provoke onto the Cerise.
Yeah, I think Lion's in a good spot here. SSB is gonna take a turn, but she's def broken right now. Probably. Sorry, my game just froze.
No, it's okay. There was some lag from the Lunale side. So we'll see the bat back here, and I believe the Cerise dies, but the Ryla S2 into the Falconeer Quarry here. That's a thick Falconeer Quarry. So maybe the Falconeer Quarry is there for extra damage mitigation.
No, she's a healer, best healer in the game. Finally gets a grab, S1 onto the Ryla, hits the Ryla, switch over.
And yeah, that is. Well, I don't want to say anything too soon, but yeah, I was going to say that is Lunale's game.
Yeah, I actually didn't see the silence. I was giving him too much credit, but you know, Luna's a good player though. Good brain.
All right, round 2.
Round 2, Luna taking that one.
Evasion, yep. Although I do think that even if he wasn't silenced, like that would have been a pretty solid play in general, just for the very potential. Because I mean, it wasn't going to kill. It was above 50%, right? So no matter what, you want to kind of bank on that. Because I mean, what would the S3 have done? Sure, it would have hit like the Rylet, you know, maybe it would have hit maybe some other ones, but you're guaranteeing that your 5% chance or whatever is just not going to trigger.
Did you say you're guaranteeing a 5% chance? Oh,
it's not going to trigger.
Yeah. So I'm taking the RB this time. I guess. Yeah, RB's just too much pressure in the draft. Also taking the Berseria too. Interesting here. Yeah, I kind of like it. This kind of stops Lunale from like picking a lot of the RB counters, like ML Haste. Maybe even Sanji. Sanji could potentially get stripped by the Berseria. What else? Yeah, I do like that pick. The RB plus Berseria here. Lunale also is stealing the units, and I was like, yo, you're gonna steal my units? I'm gonna steal your units. Your units, grabbing these Lilius and the T-Serin this time. Suck going ahead and gonna grab the Elecro and the SSB. Huh, these are pretty interesting drafts. I wonder what the logic is here, but we see a CZ as well. I guess just for the Berseria and the series. I guess it's Berseria and the series. Not sure if that's enough reason to pick CZ, but maybe he's just really comfortable in the CZ.
I mean, I like my CZ and just about CZ, everything.
I don't like my CZ. Maybe that's why.
I mean, my CZ won me a Luna statue, so my CZ is the best unit in my account.
Fair. Did you just say that to flex it on me? Your Luna statue?
No, I mean, he won that, so I mean, that's why I like I like CZ in general. I honestly don't like the slow CZ. I like him to be able to like turn cycle a bit.
I agree.
Not only that, but the F10 artifact really helps out his damage a lot. Like you can build him a lot tankier.
Is that what you're running? Like a tanky?
Absolutely. Literally, as soon as I saw the F10 artifact, I was like, boom. Boom,
Did you max it?
I haven't yet, no. And I wasn't going to keep pulling after Triple S, but it's going to get bottles.
Gotcha.
All right, so we see the crowd come in. That is going to push the T-Serin forward. Let's see how much this heals.
Pretty much full?
Yeah, that was a good amount of healing. Procs the Berseria, yeah. Procs Berseria, yep.
We see the SB on the FTT. It's gonna get removed by the SSB here.
But I mean, that's still not bad.
No, not at all.
Although the downside here, right, is that I guess he does this to get
Holy.
defense buff up.
That's 17k HP. Did you see how tanky that?
Ooh, that
was
double into the
17k HP
yeah.
on the CC, by the way.
Now the big thing too here is that, and it hits real hard, and it's on violin.
Is that how good your CZs are? That's insane.
I mean, mine is not as high of HP, but I've also got something like 1900 defense.
Mm.
So once you get defense buff up too, it's real good. Now the downside here is that
every single unit has a debuff on except the LR Crow.
Except for the Crow, and this is gonna put that
Crow too.
And the Braceri is dead. You focus on the Crow. This is gonna put debuff or this is gonna put defense break. What do you do here? You can't S2. You S1. Hopefully it didn't pull in the SSB. I'm pretty sure that this CZ if this hits target. Oh.
Just get a backpack.
It does, but does the CZ get to go before? Ooh, He has to S3 here to be immune. No, he's dead. I think Luneo wins this. Does he S3?
Gone now. Defense buff is gone now.
Defense buff is gone. The S3.
Time.
Yeah.
If this kills, it doesn't matter if this kills or not.
Yeah, it does. Oh, wow.
That was scary.
Wow.
Damn, you guys have insane champion Zeratos. My champion Zerato could never do that.
Wow. That was real close, though. That was super good. That was a good fight. All right, well, we're going to round 3 here.
That was butt clenching.
A little bit. A lot of it, actually.
A lot of, yeah. I think everyone was clenching there. I wonder what their pre-bans are going to be now, knowing,
all of these games have been like so different. It's kind of crazy. I'm really enjoying it.
We do see a series ban now, and we do
series
see
and F10, yeah.
Suck. Do not want to deal with F10, which kind of makes sense because F10 has so much pressure in the draft. Right, you have to draft like 2 or 3 units to counter it, which means you can have trouble with everything else. So just pre-ban that, and your life is so easy.
All right, so you see, yeah, he is just going straight back to the cleave.
Gonna try to outspeed. SCC is open though. Politics is open. A lot of things are open for Suck here. But I think Lunani is going back to his roots, which is cleave. He's more comfortable that way. Yeah, FCC and Politics here. Kind of scary for Lunani. He could still opt to switch out if he wants to, but then he'll be so behind the draft if he decides to do that. Do those little things have a name? Little android? Do you know?
I probably. Did you not read the story, Mevlin?
She didn't make those yet in the story.
Fair.
Picks up the T-shirt here.
What are the names of the things? Just spoil it for us.
Garden T-shirt in here. Probably gonna grab another DPS. He's got a good amount of options.
I'm super excited to see Sucks Politis.
Yeah, I want to see what kind of. Well, assuming it goes through, right? I'm not even sure if it. Grabs the Untitled Haste. Double counter for that RB. You have FCC and I guess Politis too, right? In a way, depends on like how the CR bar goes.
Right.
If the RB takes a turn and then dies while having like low CR, then you can just double tap the RB afterwards.
Yeah, I actually had that happen in Guild Wars when I was testing her out. Like the RB had just went, we killed him, and then just 50%, you just double tap him. So last pick up the SSB. So we see the ML Haste and the SSB ban outs here.
Silk is super thick here with a single DPS in T-Surin. Lunale has only 2 AoEs, so he has the AoE on the Electro and the RB. I forgot the name. So I think this T-Surin is gonna pop off. Wait, how does this work?
So she gets. She does not cut because that is a semi-fast RB.
Yeah. Plus, I don't think you ever cut RB, right? Is it even possible? Or like,
Well, you
sorry,
would.
lots.
It would be 50%. So if you're trying to push forward a somebody who's less than 50% down the bar.
Stuns the Electro. Pretty good debuffs here, unbuffable and the blind.
Yeah. Now that's the problem though with a speed RB, right? Because as you can see through just some of that damage mitigation, really didn't do a whole lot, right?
Right. Tries to get Death Break on the Electro. It's already stunned though. Yeah, it's gonna S3 here on the FCC. T-Surin Gabs? If T-Surin Gabs, no, she doesn't
No
gab.
gab.
She is blinded from the RB though.
Yep.
So,
It
surprise
doesn't
Suck
matter.
here. Ends up critting anyways.
Ends up critting
was gonna
everything. Blind or silence and
Silence.
unbuffable.
Buffable, yeah, but that silence doesn't matter because Esteni can just S1. But I was gonna say you had the option to just S1 with T-Surin there because you were blinded. You could have removed it later, maybe potentially, but
It just doesn't matter.
Just crit all four.
Just don't even worry about it. And that's going to be a miss into Politis.
Yeah, plot says on the miss. But T-Surin, Esteni's no longer blinded, so once she takes a turn here, she could potentially pop off.
Yep.
Suck no longer have any AoE dual attack into the RB, but RB's gonna revive.
No gabs.
Take a turn or Gab's the wrong. That's the wrong gab, dude. That's
Greater attack. No one cares about the crit.
oh the crit, yeah.
Now the
for
downside
music.
here to Politis, right, is that if you build her fast and super thick, not really the most damage. So at the moment, you're really relying mostly on this T-Surin because that Politis did not hit for much. Now, yesterday we did see the Sky King Politis come out, and it was actually a lot of damage. It was kind of fast, a lot of damage. Wasn't the thickest thing in the world, right? But was still really, really solid. I really liked it, and it did bonk pretty hard.
Because do you go for Politis? If you go for a DPS Politis, do you change your artifact, or do you still think that Abyssal Crown is just too broken?
I think Abyssal Crown is the most broken mage artifact in the entire game.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, that's why, like, hey, you know what would have been great here is if he was using the Politis artifact because she died, and then she would have been able to give greater attack to everybody. JK.
CC's still alive, gonna get a decent amount of shield here. Last Crow is unbuffable, but be able to S3 here. It's probably gonna pop the T-Surin, which means the T-Surin is gonna take out the blind debuff. And
Yeah, which was pretty rough. I mean, do you just go into the RB here and hope that you just... I feel like you could have hit the RB, you would have cycled the Crow with Falconeer Query, and I think you're in trouble here as Suck, because there goes your T-Surin.
Yeah, I think you should have went for the RB there.
Yeah, because the LR Crow literally was just dead weight right there, and Lunale is going to take the win against Suck. That was a little on the surprising side, but I do think that was a bit of a misplay there on the side of Suck. He should have probably hit the RB and just tried to see how much he could do.
I don't know if he was gonna kill the RB. I don't know the damage.
Yeah,
but it was still the play whether it was a kill or not, because Electro was not gonna do anything there.
right.
Especially since he's gonna go to stealth. So
yeah. Who do we have? Sedge and Zodi. So we'll move on to Sedge and Zodi. And then let's get Kunsel back in here as well. And if anybody, Azukano, did you get a hold of Meeks? Obviously not responding, right?
Did Sedge drop off a legend? Wasn't he a legend player?
I think Sedge was like 97.
Yeah, it was 97, right?
Yeah, so probably in the last
So
time.
sweaty.
It is. It
He
definitely
dropped
is.
5 ranks in like what, 30 minutes? Jesus. Sedge grabbing the FCC. I really like Sedge's draft. Zodi grabbing the Rylot just because Flurry is pre-banned, so you don't have a good counter into the Rylot ret. Dude, Sedge, our drafts are exactly the same. Grabs the Landy here, and the Water Yep, this is pretty much just me. Basar, Landy, FCC, except he goes Water Tanny.
Yep.
He goes full waifu. Do you know if Wartani, it's unbuffable first, right? And then the provoke for her debuff, so a Talon's gonna cleanse the unbuffable, or is it
I'm pretty sure in RTA he cleanses a random one. It's not.
One? All right.
Yeah, in like Bot Arena and Guild Wars, it's a set thing, but I'm pretty sure in RTA it's been confirmed that it is random.
Zodi grabs this SSB plus Diruana. I use that sometimes too. It's not like guaranteed just because so many debuffs on the Water Tanny. You got stun, the unhealable will stop Ruana from making him useless. There's just so many things that Water Tanny does that SSB Ruana isn't guaranteed.
Yeah.
Sedge also grabbing the Fire Ross plus the Vivian here. We've seen that Vivian before. I think, is that the Vivian that got one shot by the Relic though?
Yes.
Not sure, but this Vivian pretty good into.
Well, it wasn't one shot by Riley. It was that combo.
Was it combo? Yeah, it was combo about something.
Yeah, it was, I believe, TML and Riley.
I don't know how fast. I know that Zodi's A-Talon is zooming, so I'm not sure if Sedge is gonna be faster or slower. I'm not sure which one he wants, to be honest.
Right. So we see the Vivian, and we're gonna see the Rylot ban out.
Yeah, I like the Zodi Vivian ban here because I think he was expecting a Rylot ban.
Yeah.
Because that Rylot was the answer to the Vivian. He's gonna one shot that potentially. Maybe Teddybear's gonna take a first turn here.
And Ross is also gonna take the first turn.
Yeah, the rest
well,
is faster too. Alright, so I guess it didn't pop off. Not landing the strip on the SSB is going to be huge here for Zodi. Go ahead and S1s into that. A Tywin, I wonder who's moving first. A Tywin does move first from the CR boost on the Rwanda, which means it's going to get S2 from the Water Tenny. Another boost.
Yeah, but it's like, there goes all the debuffs that you just had, and defense buff is up. We are going to see the S3 come out here, the full focus S3. But you do still have defense defense break on the A Tywin, so. But at the same time, you also. Yeah.
Too many CR boosts from the Rwanda is putting Sedge in a lot of trouble here. Yep. This is a decent counter to Water Tenny, SSB Rwanda. It's just not guaranteed. So we're missing S3 from the SSB probably. If she lands more debuffs, Zodi's in a really good spot here. That not removing the immunity on that SSB was huge for Zodi.
Yep. Yeah, for sure. Now we'll probably see the S3 come out. No, we don't. Well, Zodi does have the Holy Sack Tywin. So he might be not too worried. He wants the crowd to get low so that the crowd can horse. He's not in a huge hurry right now. He doesn't need to put up the revive on anybody else at the moment.
Right. The crowd can S3 here, but I don't think you do. Or I'm not sure. I think A Talon can S3. Let's go for the S3. I guess he knows that Aras is just gonna put that immunity over and over again. So no reason to wait for the Landy immunity to go away. Gonna
Doesn't
S1
do enough there to kill.
No.
He
does proc Guiding Light though, which is huge.
Yeah. We will see the Tywin drop here, although another dual attack that's just going to top people off and push forward.
SNE has, Warteni has how many turns? I'm trying to track.
Okay, the blind onto the SSB is real nice. That's going to keep the Landy at least a little safe for the moment.
She can't proc Guiding Light here though, so I think this Landy might be scary. Goes for the
Tywin again. The thing is, though, is like the Tywin doesn't have his S3 now.
True.
And he's not going to have his S3 for a while, so I don't necessarily know that the Tywin is the...
did SSB have a buff, though? It could have hit... I wasn't sure if SSB was a buff. SSB was the obvious target there, but if SSB did not have a buff, that means that Landy wasn't going to get the extra 15% CR push, because usually with Landy, you want to S1 units with a buff. I wasn't sure what was up there. So he's in a really good spot, though. Sedge is way too low now, and he still has the Ruana, like, keeping the team fully healed, not killing the 8-town here.
Yeah, then there goes the FCC, and here's a horse into most likely Landy. Yeah.
Even on a miss, I'm pretty sure I killed. Actually, no, I wouldn't have. But it's over here.
And that is game.
One of the downsides of water Tiny, right? Like, she doesn't pop off. She's such a dead weight. She can just S1 over her.
That is a lot of first turn units, right? Your Falconeer queries. If you get 15% on a Falconeer query, feels real bad, man.
Absolutely. At least with Falconeer clear though, she's the best healer in the game, so
that's true.
Doesn't matter as much.
Doesn't matter as much. No, you're right.
Zodi's stealing the FCC here.
I mean, very solid pick.
Very solid pick. I wonder if Sedge has any knights that he could play. Ooh, ends up stealing the Tywin. Not a 6-star Awaken though.
Sedge is free to play though, remember? So
true. I'm free to play too until I start getting Twitch money. Where do you think my Twitch money goes? Back to E7.
Keeping you on the grind.
Hell yeah. Zodi grabbing his Ryla into Rwanda instantly. I kind of like that. Open Zodi into SSB. Sedge probably expecting SSB here. Might want to grab LR Crow here if you can. Goes for Blue Crow instead.
Goes with the Blue Crow. Doesn't want to get horsed again.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Landy's still open. He can still Landy if he wants to. Pretty sure Zoe's gonna grab SSB here in a bit. Ooh, ends up grabbing the SSB instead. That's a pretty ballsy choice here. Yeah, with the Lentia open, with LR Crow open, I don't think should have went SSB there. I feel like he should have prepped for counters to SSB. You do have Landy. Play a lot of like control units. Play Cerise to counter SSB so you could stun it later. Don't think the SSB was a good plan here, buddy. Gonna be a little bit sus. If Zodi grabs LR Crow, that SSB is absolutely not gonna do anything.
Yeah. We'll see what he picks though. He is very broccoli heavy right now, so Sedge picking up like maybe like a Fire Ravi would be very good, especially if it's not a counter Fire Ravi. If it's a speed Fire Ravi, that would really hurt the Rwanda. So we'll see what he ends up going with here at the end. Zodi did pick up the T-Cern last pick, and he was listening to chats or listening to the streams, so Sedge is gonna have to pay us about $50 for that coaching session right there.
By the way, 50 each.
Yeah,
Thank you.
50 each. So we do see the Rowana and we see the SSB banouts here. Not bad overall.
Not bad overall. I guess Zodi read the Rowana ban. Bans the SSB instead.
Let's see if this F10 actually pops off this time.
Yeah. Looks like a counter Fire Ravi too,
No.
so maybe
Yes and no right there.
yes and no? Why?
I mean, well, it did hit the Alencia. The Alencia unbuffable is real big.
Ooh, Elbrus on the Eitawan too. So we know that it's no longer Holy Sack. I might want to start getting this Eitawan.
Well, Sedge, I don't think Sedge ran a Holy Sack, so we're gonna see him working on the T-Surin here.
Interesting.
I wonder if he's going to
it wasn't 70%, so he wants to knock back the put that T-shirt into stealth. That way he can control it with a talent here.
Yeah, because he can just rip the S3, a Tywin, break her out, and then finish it potentially with the Ravi. He gets the crit. Is Sedge's a Tywin does an okay amount of damage there. We're gonna see the T-Surin get stunned, not dead, but we're gonna finish it up with the F10 here, so that's 1 DPS down. Now he can deal with the Rylet with the horse.
True. So I think Sedge is a really good spot here. Goes for the water tank. No trample into the Eitawan because the unbuffable on the Alencia, like you said, was humongous.
Although now that Rylet is just 1 miss away from really popping off on somebody.
True. You can opt to S1 here. I would hit the Rylet on. I guess you can't. I don't know. Watchani's taunted. I would hit it with the Fire Ravi here. I would like to
just for the chance that it stuns it.
You have to. No, you have 2 defense buffs, so you're gonna lose your defense buff soon.
That's true.
I would have hit the.
Ooh, the provoke on the Crow is actually pretty rough. This goes into the F10. F10 is kind of done what F10 needed to do. That was so yeah. But the provoke onto the Crow, the defense break, allowing there's no way that this Crow gets around to horse.
I don't think so. Eitawan doesn't have his S3 yet for a couple of turns. S1's into the Alencia, a resistance with Mind's Eye proc. That is gonna hurt. Pretty sure S1 is ground for the kill. Goes for the S3.
Yeah, I think he could have. He might kill it, but I think that. Okay, he ends up killing it, but you're gonna see a return stun and
that puts Ravi on F3 range.
Wait, did he just hit that? He hit that Rylet.
He does have defense though.
Yeah.
But if it gets stunned, it does not get stunned.
No, but I mean, Alencia is dead. The FCC's most likely gonna die here in a second. That was pretty big.
Eitawan being blinded, has 1 turn on his S3. Rylet's probably gonna S1 this Eitawan again. I don't think it kills yet.
I think Zodi's Rylet solos this, honestly. I
don't think so.
Unless he hits here. Hold up. Okay, never mind. If it would have evaded, he would have been fine.
You think so? I think Sedge had that in the bag, even in a miss. It's Fire Ravi, man. I guess maybe I'm just super scared of Fire Ravi.
Yeah, Fire Ravi is very strong, but I mean, yeah, I jinxed that one. My apologies, Zodi. So 1-1, and we're going into round 3. Sedge definitely bringing it back that round.
Man, Fire Ravi's was carry. I guess the SSB there was to bait more Broccolis into Fire Ravi. Kind of big brain.
Evasion, right?
Yeah, so we see Sedge banning the RB and Zodi still banning the Flurry. If Sedge has Rylet, I might just consider taking that Rylet. Opts to go for the Eitawan. We do know it's Elbrus Eitawan into a Water Tanny. So he's got open for control. He doesn't have to fully commit yet, since a Tywin is just really a good unit, right? Even if you're not controlling his team,
Right.
it's just a good unit to have.
Yeah, just solid unit in general.
So Zodi gonna grab the Rwana early, knowing that it's an Elbrus A Tywin and the S2 from the Water Tenny. Pretty good here. My stop grabs the SSB as well. Sedge does have Rylet. End up grabbing the Rylet too into the Blue Crow. Both pretty good into the SSB. I don't know.
Now let's see what Zodi picks for the last two here, because I mean this is going to be real important, because you can potentially, even with just the F10, right, like you can leave Rwana in with the F10 most likely, because it's only going to really trigger one time. Granted, having Rwana on the other side increases your dual attack chance by at least like 20%. So we'll see what Zodi ends up picking up here in answer.
Would be funny if that's an actual like exclusive equipment. One of the skills is give the opponent 20% dual attack chance.
Dual attack chance, yeah.
Oh yeah, SSB does dump a rally. Did I say the other way? Especially if it's the crown. You do see the Alencia again and the T-Serin.
Wait, did you just say crown SSB?
I don't know what I'm saying.
I have no idea what you're saying either. Because I was like, man, if SSB could have crown, that would be absolutely ridiculous.
What does your face look like when you're confused? Like this?
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that. You see the Fire Ravi.
We do see the Fire Ravi, so I mean, Zodi knows that the Fire Ravi very strong.
SSB ban, you think?
The thing is, though, is chat brought this up. The Tywin's Elbrus, the F10 is going to proc Rwana. I guess they just let it through. Realistically, I think it's not the worst idea here.
Right.
You
counter
do have
on
the Ravi.
Counter on the Fire Ravi as well to the more Rwana procs. Also, the revive pretty good into the Blue Crow if you time it perfectly.
Yeah.
I guess it all depends whether this Water Tenny can pop off this time. She hasn't been popping off the last couple of fights.
Nope.
Nope. I mean, that's pretty good.
You do get the provoke on the and in the unbuffable on the Alencia yet again.
Yeah, I mean, you're not expecting to hit Rwanas, but you don't really have to anyways.
Right.
So this might be a decent amount of debuffs. S1 on the crowd because she's provoked, and S got a shuffles. What debuffs do we got?
Of course.
Silence on the Rwana and Death Break on the FCC are exactly what you wanted there.
Yeah, and Crow actually in horse range. Who is he horsing though?
Probably
Alencia. Well,
ends
that
up
will
missing.
prevent
Damage.
def defense buff. So see the S3 come out. That's going to be some okay damage here. Now, can the Ravi finish this Alencia up?
Sure.
No.
Oh,
Close.
no. Doesn't. But that slow debuff with the unbuffable is going to hinder that Alencia so much.
Yeah, and you have the double attack doesn't matter.
Yeah.
The stun, by the way, on the T-Serin and the FCC was huge.
Oh yeah, definitely. This is my problem with Rwana, right? Like, she doesn't do enough.
Yeah,
she just doesn't.
It's tough.
No. Your opponent can still potentially have a chance to, you know, kill your entire team before Rwana can put the revive up. Also, that silence was huge in the Rwana too.
Yep.
Finally, gonna S3 on the Rwana here. I don't know. She needs an EE.
Sedge not even giving crap about Rwana. The silence there on the...
Turn is huge, yeah.
Wait, is that a Sierra Ren? Is that a Sierra Ren F10?
It is Sierra Ren. Is that... Yeah, it is Sierra Ren. Has to be, right?
Yeah, she doesn't silence on her S1.
No, I don't think so either. Are you gonna S1 the T-Serin again? Potentially sounds... He does S1... Lands a poison instead. Crowd's gonna try to provoke the FCC probably. Yep, provokes this.
There we go.
Your is gonna have a couple more turns, 2 more turns specifically on his S3. So it's probably just gonna cycle.
Oh, this is gonna. The dual attack.
Ooh,
The counter Elbrus there was real bad. No,
that was not what you wanted, because that T-Serin was not gonna lap the Fire Ravi. I think the Fire Ravi is gonna take a turn before the T-Serin does, so that Fire Ravi could have S3'd while the T-Serin was out stealth.
Yep.
Yeah, these Elbrus rocks. You want to kind of pop him off a little bit.
It'll be nice though if this just pushes. Okay, it pushes Rowana all the way to the back.
Wartani has SP though. Been
Yeah.
cycling a couple times. Also, he could have soul burn if he didn't have S3 here, so he could have soul burn so that you will have S3.
Would have, yeah.
That way you can take this S10 out of stealth and debuffing it even more. You do see unbuffable plus the taunt.
Plus the taunt.
Into the S3. Into the death break. Ugh.
The
Actually,
dual attack,
that
but
T-Serin
F10 just dies.
That
Or
T-Serin is
FCC.
healing so much. Just from this reminder.
Stella Harpa.
More boost.
I mean, more boost, but it'll get a turn. It's gonna S3 here, but I mean, you've got Ravi coming up into a defense broken. Wow, that crowd just got deleted. That's an RNL T-Serin. But I think that Rowana is just gone, and now T-Serin has nothing protecting her. And then she's gonna get hit here. She'll be able to potentially take like 1 or 2 people, like one. You take out the, I guess, the F10, the Tywin, but like at this point, yeah, Sedge wins this one.
Yeah. Damn, free to play Sedge. Let's go. Wait, does he have S3? Wait.
But I don't think it kills. I mean, it heals a lot, right? But this is Ravi versus T-Serin now.
True.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. This is over, right? Unless RNL.
Yeah, if he
Wait,
RNLs, if he would have RNL'd, that would have been a whole different oof. But Sedge gonna be moving on. Very, very solid fights from both of these players. Very, very nice. Fire Ravi just so strong. So strong. Good game. And we're gonna move on to Ghost versus Kunsel for the last fight of the day, unless somehow Meeks shows up.
Yeah,
if Meeks shows up, then we'll do the Meeks fight. Otherwise, Meeks is awake. Okay, good. So this isn't the last fight. So we'll give Meeks a minute to wake up, get in here, and then we will have that fight right after this one. Thank you, Azu.
I think Azukano let him out of his basement because we
let him out of the basement because we called him out on it. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. That's really what it was. Yeah, if that T-Serin would have RNL'd there, that would have been the comeback.
Mm-hmm. Also, that T-Serin only procced single RNL the entire time.
Yeah.
Don't know how many turns it took actually, but actually should have had 2 RNLs at that point. Is that level 60?
Yeah, Jade Scorpion, the legend.
Is that level 60 Scorpion? Not 6-star Awaken though. SMH
it is not 6-star Awaken Ghost.
Not 6-starring your rep hero. Calling you out, man. Got 6-star the Scorpion.
Wait, hold on. You're calling out Ghost on the 6-star Scorpion, but you were like, you know what? Nah, 5-star level 50 haste for blank is perfectly okay.
Yeah. Blank's fine. Ghost is not cool. Kind of early LQC, but then Ghost just picks the RB anyways. So
yeah,
kind of interesting there. Oh, we do see a Charles as well. Kunsel here with a. Did Kunsel fight earlier? No, because Kunsel got a free buy, right? So I've actually never seen Kunsel today.
Oh, you haven't seen the War Champs, the War Champs Charles?
Is Kunsel the one that beat War Champs?
But
okay.
his Charles was popping off
Better
pretty
than
hard
Warchamp?
yesterday.
All right, I'm no longer a Warchamp shrimp. I'm switching to console. Warchamp's never plays Daddy anymore.
Never plays Charles anymore. The thing is you just gotta put your faith in the RNG. Kuzzle also likes to play this Celine, and this Celine pretty strong.
This is a pretty interesting draft from console side. I don't think I've ever fought console and ladder then, because I would definitely remember this kind of draft.
So we see the LR Crow and the Celine banouts here. That Celine dumpstered a lot of not T-Serns, but TMLs through Dignus Orb yesterday. So there was that. Wait, hold on. He's got a card of... Did I just see a card of Small Miracles?
I think so. I didn't catch it, but I think I caught it like...
Ghost, do you have a card of Small Miracles on your side?
5% attack,
Is
5%...
Is this the biggest of brains?
If it barely kills anything here, like if it kills this LQC on like the right amount of damage, that's the best card of Small Miracles play I've ever seen. It is not enough.
All right, so you see you go into Charles. I mean, I think Charles dies between RB.
Yeah.
Hold on, he did this yesterday.
But Charles still dies, right?
Oh,
Charles
who did he?
Omega died.
No. Yesterday, he pushed the LQC far enough ahead that the LQC cut the RB.
Right, because RB would be at 0%.
Yeah,
After attacking that counter attack.
It doesn't matter anymore, does it?
and we see the Gab come out.
Did you see the gap?
That was a
come out?
lot of damage, though, just to go through the Crow and the everything else. All right, so
What
we're
is
gonna see.
on the Doris as well, so she gets a little bit of boost here.
Right.
Probably gonna S3 the RB.
Yeah, you got to S3 RB, so you get the splash damage.
No attack buff.
And-
What kind of artifact does he have?
That's a lot of damage.
Yeah, pretty good damage there. Also removing the entire Dignus Orb from that Tomoka. Tomoka's still gonna be stealth for a couple more turns. She's gonna attack here and still be stealth, so she's gonna have one more S1 after this. No proc on the TML.
We're gonna see the S3 come out to full heal up the. No, we'll see the
Yeah.
S1 come out. Although this is good, right? Because
Is it?
she's gonna be unstealth for the LQC, and I think the LQC just
triggered?
bops her here.
If it's a triggered LQC, then that play makes sense. Though.
I mean, even still,
Don't you just
She
die
got
here from
bopped.
TML? 'Cause you're gonna get S1 Soulburn, right?
yeah. And you're gonna get S,
Yeah.
and then you're gonna get the bleed there, and now it is 2 versus Doris.
I think she has S3 there with Doris.
Yeah, I think the S3 probably was the play to make sure that she just didn't die, and then you just play the long game.
Yeah, I think so, right? Oh,
Yeah.
well, I mean,
Yeah,
yeah, he made that decision. Like, you know, you got to make these decisions. So can't really call him out because you don't really know what's gonna happen in the end.
right. Ghost taken round 1, but yeah, I think if you would have just S3'd the LQC,
Do you know what kind of
top her
artifact
off.
that LQC had? Because it wasn't Sigurd, and I don't think it was a Hellcutter.
Yeah, I didn't see Hellcutter either. I'm not too sure. It wasn't Card of Small Miracles.
Yeah, it wasn't Charisma.
Ghost, who do you have Card of Small Miracles on?
Imagine. You mean Rose? You mean Console?
Yeah, no. Ghost, is it on Rose? It has to
it's
be on
Rose?
Rose.
Yeah,
Card
I
of
see
Small
Rose,
Miracles
right?
had to be on his Rose.
Pretty sure. Retro saying Doris could have soloed that game.
Maybe. It would have taken like
Yeah,
a bazillion years.
Yeah, it was Water's Origin too, so it could technically like your Durandal or Reds can then CR push over
Right.
and over again.
Yeah, there was no mitigation or no heal sustain on the Ghost side. So if Kunzel really wanted to just make this like 7 hours long and get me more ad revenue, he absolutely could have.
Console bringing out this Trozit too. Is this what we were talking about from yesterday? You said there was
yeah, there was a Trozet yesterday. I don't know if it was Kunzel's Trozet, but there were a couple people that drafted Trozet.
I kind of want to build Trozet. Like
He is solid. Put him on Bastion and then put
Yeah,
whoever you
that's what I
want in the back, and you're good to go.
currently I have Bastion on my Eaton actually.
Yeah, real early Champ Zerato into not a lot of debuffs.
I mean, stops Tywin from S3ing, but I don't think that's enough. Kunzel's going to be really tanky here, though, having both Kraut and that Trozet, so any DPS he brings would be pretty safe.
Right.
Also good. Planning to grab the Lilius, too. I mean, the Lilius could be DPS, I'm not sure.
The ghost draft is pretty solid. Oh, the Great Mortelix.
Not bad.
Grabs the S10 here. Yeah, I guess that's good. The Mort is not going to get stunned from the Tywin, and if it's counter Elbrus, it might pop off, but I feel like there's just better units than Mort, but you know, Kunzel's a mad
Hey,
lad.
you know what? If you didn't pull Mort, you should probably uninstall. Because the Great Mortelix was an absolute puller uninstall unit.
Yeah, I know. You didn't fund me, man. Grab Zero well here. That's gonna be scary. Go side. He's playing a lot more defensive this time. Last time he was a lot offensive with the Blue Rose. He played like the Rose Cleave earlier.
Yep.
Now he's gonna go to Well and Friends. Kunzel might have to grab that Ruel actually, because don't think he has a solid answer into the Ruel.
So he opts for the Celine here. He's got an okay amount of the CZ ban. Interesting.
Bans the Flurry. I think Kunzel was expecting a Celine ban.
Right.
Probably. That's why he bans the Flurry there, but I'm surprised Kunzel didn't ban the Ruel though.
Well, I think he's waiting for the didn't crit.
Oh, crit.
Oh, that's why I like crit necklaces. Oh, but all right. The thing is, Ruel, if the Ruel does anything, that Celine is going to just most likely delete. Who do you think has the higher attack, the Stenny or the?
It's a relic. It's a relic.
Oh, the Great Mortelix. Look at that damage, though.
Actually, yeah, that's a speed Mortelix too.
Bro, do you just work on? Okay, you push this back.
I feel like it should be.
You look at all that injury damage, dude.
Yeah, that injury damage, like what, 80%? Goes ahead and SPs on these Trouble Breakers that on probably the Celine, I assume. Gives it a speed boost.
Gives it a
Also,
speed boost. He's going to. Who do you hit here? Do you go in?
also that crit damage reduction is going to be huge because we know that the Rowlet is 100% crit, so it's not going to crit even more.
So, who do you think has the higher attack? It's got to be Rowlet because he's got an attack buff. So Celine's gonna go into the Rowlet here.
Yeah, the attack buff misses the Rowlet again, so that's kind of huge for. That's like no damage, barely proccing the shield.
I mean, it also missed, probably, so
it's also missed. Yeah.
I mean, if that would have hit, that I'm pretty sure that would have just dropped that Rowlet.
Yo, this guy's making me want to have Celine. I actually don't have Celine yet, but. So it's not ER Trozet. It's not the Kyojin Trozet has high ER.
Yeah.
Time was just gonna S1 here. Having invasion on your Celine and your Mortelix not being able to be stunned makes sense for the Tywin not to do anything.
Yep.
Because I just don't want to.
Evasion coming back. Now, here's the downside of having the Trozette and the ooh, damn.
Oh, that was a lot of damage.
That was a lot of, like I told you, if that Celine had hit that Rylet, that shield would not have mattered in the slightest.
Come near me.
But also at the same time, if that Rylet hit the Celine, I mean, crit the Celine.
I mean, defense buff, evasion, anti-crit, you know.
I mean, turn one.
Oh, turn one, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you also underestimate the amount of damage soak that Trozette is going to be pumping out on the Celine. So it might have been close.
Here? Oh, yeah, you can only do it once a turn, right? I forgot.
Right.
Yeah, that'd be OP if you do it every time.
Ooh, that is even big damage on that Ruel.
She does lose her attack buff though. How did she get attack buff? Was it from the S2? The artifact?
Possibly,
Probably?
yeah. Ooh, blind in. Oh, the counter. It goes into Trozette though, so that's not going to do a ton of damage here.
Celine still has evasion here, so Taiwan, I don't know if you want to S3. You could if you want to.
Yeah, I mean, it would still hit the Trozette and the blue crow.
Yeah. Also slowing their Mortellix, right? If you get Elbrus here,
and he hit and slowed and stunned the Celine, so all of those buffs are going to fall off of that Celine.
Yeah, you can't even bank on a dual attack now from the Celine.
Right. Who do you go into here with Mort? You defense break the Ruel.
I mean, the Ruel, yeah, from the Mort.
I mean, if you've got the S3, he is unresistible on his defense break.
My feet.
Right, I forgot. Yeah, I don't have Mort. Guess you can tell now. Soulburn probably on the no Soulburn. Just gonna S1.
Just gonna S1 here
for the evasion and the anti-crit and the defense buff to go away. That way you can just.
He has to provoke the blue crow though.
Hmm.
Do you just kill? Some more chip damage to the Celine? Oh yeah, the Trozette's gonna die.
Yeah, he's waiting for
poison.
the buff to go from the Celine, and then he's just gonna kill.
No provoke onto the blue crow.
What do you kill here though?
Well, your Celine's gonna die. You have S2 from your Ruel. So I feel like Rylet might be the play because at least that's one you can hit. Okay, you do kill that. You lose probably your Trozette and your Celine here, at least.
Yeah, I don't think Mortellix is enough here.
Yeah, you lose 2 there. How long on Mort's S3? Mort has an extra turn on S3. You're just going to heal yourself. And Blue Crow Mort, I don't think pulls this one out.
I don't think either. Especially with the 3 units dead on the S10. S10's just going to pop off on this point.
And this is Ghost one, the last one, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so Ghost will
right?
be taking this one.
Is that all you've got?
Well, we don't know yet. The Great Mortellix could just solo this whole thing
Try to make it fun.
until Ruel revives Rylet.
Is it an Albris or is it speed? I couldn't tell what kind of Mortellix this is. Just...
Mort, I believe it's
Symbol of Unity.
Symbol of Unity, yeah.
Interesting choice there. I just feel like Mortellix here was kind of dead weight.
A little bit. I mean, it started out really well. The damage that he did on his S3 was actually kind of huge. The problem was, though, that Console just really didn't have a lot to, like, super follow it up, right? Yeah.
Yeah, there was not enough pressure in the reroll, I think.
Yeah.
If you're fighting against reroll, you kind of need AoE damage. That way reroll is in so much pressure to heal.
Well, not only that, but you also wanted the AoE to hit the...
Called it. Azu actually kidnapped Eeks.
You know what,
Yeah, sorry.
Meeks, I'm super glad though that we called Azu out, so that way you could get free from the basement. So
I win, you join us. Deal.
all right, last fight of the day. Tomorrow will be the semifinals and the finals, best of fives. Let's get into it. I'm super excited to see these two play.
Eeks is a cleave player, right? So this should be pretty fast.
Meeks is a very versatile player, not necessarily just a cleave player.
I've only seen him cleave twice, so let's see what he does this time. Azu banning the FCC too.
Rose is on the card of Small Miracles. Ghost, absolute mad lad, running card of Small Miracles instead of some sort of like mitigation or...
He won though.
Yeah.
Saying.
Clearly the next step of evolution.
Yeah. Azukano grabbing the flurry, best healer in the game. Eeks grabbing the LR Crow. Pretty decent picks here. Pretty passive. We don't know what they're gonna do. Eeks can still opt for cleave.
We do know though that Meeks ML Crow does a lot of damage.
More damage, yeah. It's probably portrait then, right?
It is a portrait. Yeah, it does a lot of damage. It's very well speed tuned with other things. Very scary ML Crow actually. So we are going to see some sort of pseudo cleave here with the Flitica.
Yeah, this is really strong from Eek's side. He doesn't have to commit on cleave. The Flitica is really good into the RB because of skill null, like I keep on saying.
I bet Fleet wins here.
Into RB-ish.
I think Fleet is going to take this game.
Nah, I don't think so. There's no way. Azukano is going to tank up here with the RB and the SSB. Not a fan of the SSB into LR Crow, but pretty good into Flitica and the S10. Grabs. Eeks has a lot of potential here. Rwana's gonna be good because stops the revive from the crowd, like he was saying. Also good into SSB.
Yep.
Yeah, but Eeks can potentially cleave here though if he wants to.
Right. As long as you can live through the SSB backpack damage, and just kind of cycle forward, you should be pretty good. We'll just see if that is where we go. Taking his time to really kind of think about this draft, but running out of time, we see a Dark Corvus and Rwana.
I like this. I mean, I don't like Dark Corvus Rwana, but Eeks being able to like be versatile there
and
like
Azu picking up the Fire Arby's, so it has both Arby's here.
Pretty nice.
That's the first Dark Corvus we have seen in a very long time.
I like the Dark Corvus here too, because even though Azukano still has a last pick, he couldn't really Assassin Coley here, which is one of the weaknesses of Dark Corvus.
Yeah.
There was too many ways to pop the Assassin Coley out.
So we see the Flitica and we see the Quarry Band here.
Interesting.
Yeah, this is going to be an interesting fight. I'm looking forward to this Dark Corvus.
Yeah, as Eeks is just banning the Deathbreaker, that way he can potentially just solo with DC here. This is a pretty fast RB S3. Takes the setting to half, but the shield just comes back up from the LR Crow. Does he soul burn here? Does not. So I don't think he's going for the long game on his LR Crow. I feel like he could have soul burned there with the batbacks from the SSB. Gonna come back like really fast.
That was a lot of damage on that RB and that that K run. So he doesn't soul burn because he wants to take out the RB with the steady.
Not bad.
So he'll soul burn S1 the RB, take the SSB back. That's fine.
Reduce the cooldown of the Crow with the boost.
Increase
This is in the bag, right? Pretty sure Eeks has all the draft into this team.
Yeah, Eeks big braining this for sure.
I will step on you.
I think he lost when he went SSB.
And then that's a dead. That's just a dead RB. Just S1. He's done. Dark Corvus almost online.
No way does Karen solo this.
No. I mean, what do you do here? Who do you S3? Or do you even S3?
I don't even know if
I mean,
S3.
and even if you S1, you're not killing the Stenny.
Yeah, you go for a DC here, but this is kind of desperate, I think.
That just gives him 2 charges.
Yep.
And then by the time he gets back around, maybe he's going to try to damage here, and then... Oh, that doesn't matter, because he'll crowd.
You can't, yeah.
And he just comes back.
You need to kill here. You need to kill the Dark Corvus here with SSB without attack buff on the 17k SSB.
Not even close.
Not even close. Yeah. Do you kill the DC here? Like, she's got revive. This is why I think Rwana was so good. Stops the crowd and the SSB from doing what they want to do.
And I mean, even that SSB batback isn't going to be enough to kill. And he's just going to soul burn and full heal on top of the Rwana heal.
Should go SSB, right?
Yeah, I feel like SSB is probably the bigger threat of the two, for sure. And it's going to splash. The damage will splash over to crowd.
Or is it Aureus?
I mean, I just assume almost every crow is either Aureus or a Holy Sack, so...
Why don't you just surrender?
And then you just live through the Kayron S3 and you're good. I mean, even if you were a Soulburn S1 here, he wouldn't kill Stenny. You're not killing anybody.
Yeah, you're not killing anybody. Also the revive, so...
Right.
This is probably a dead DC. Seeing the damage from before, Ellie's knife as well.
Ooh, yeah.
7k is huge.
That is a lot of damage.
Wait, actually?
Wait, hold on, does it?
Hold on. No more revive on that. No more revive on that.
Does the Soulburned S1? I don't think it kills. I don't think a Soulburned S1 kills Crow.
I mean, it's LES too, and everyone's at full health, so the LES does nothing here. If it was,
I mean, it didn't kill Stenny, but yeah, there we go.
There we go. GG.
That was pretty good, though.
Yeah, Eek's,
that was a very, very solid.
I really like Eek's draft of like starting fairly passive with the potential to be aggressive and then being able to switch out completely.
And that's one of the things that we talk about a lot is like those players being able to shift gears mid draft and just kind of go to a whole different thing. Drafting is like one of the coolest aspects of the game, honestly.
Yeah, this is the game for me. Just whatever happens after this doesn't really, well, it kind of matters, but this is like the fun part. Is just out drafting your opponent.
Yeah,
figuring out like what you need to build next to, right? That's kind of why I like to play a lot, because I need to know what is weak in my draft and I could build a unit to work on that.
Yeah, so we see Meeks going with the RB and the F10. Azu picking up the ML Haste and the LR Crow.
Goes for the ace hit as well, a bit too early, I think. You kind of need a mage probably if Eek starts drafting. This is probably not a card of small miracles, right?
Probably, maybe Ghost knows. But we see the Operator Sigurd come out.
So given that
Sigurd, a natural predator to LR Crow and ML Haste.
True. Probably needs is it damage? OP Sig? OP Sig's one of those units that it's kind of a headache because you don't know what kind of OP Sig it is.
Right. And if you're up against light, then it could be either one.
Yeah, and you don't know whether to ban it or not.
Will no longer hide.
Tomorrow Ghost is best of 5. Yes, all the matches will be best of 5 tomorrow.
So Azukano with his acid and no mage might be a little bit sus. I don't think you're gonna kill anything unless if you ban the rose.
Let me see the Rylet last pickup.
Yeah, I think Azu's gonna ban the rose here so he doesn't have damagement. Don't really need to ban the RB because you have Admiral Haste, Doris, and the Chokomaya to deal with the RB. Rylet might be a decent ban too, but you got double true damage and Admiral Haste and Elecrow, so I don't think...
Right, yeah, those two combined just drop most most Rylets comboing up. So we see the OS cigarette. Yeah, and the acid.
Ooh, I guess Azukano was expecting the acid ban there. Kind
Very
of
possible.
Expected the acid ban because I think the acid was gonna kill the OP Sig, so he bans the OP Sig instead.
Yeah, but here's the thing: is this is going to be a lot of damage coming in from each side.
Yeah. But there's, I think, too much mitigation here.
There is a lot of mitigation. Who do you even focus on first?
I'm not sure.
Gonna see the counterattack come through. Then that'll S2. Defense break onto both the Maya and the ML Haste. This is gonna be real bad. Basically, if it... Yeah, and then you just go into the ML Haste and that's game.
War 10 EOP, man.
You don't even have to S3, just bop it.
Yeah.
Azu, just give it up.
It's over.
All right. Well, Meek's gonna be moving on to the semifinals tomorrow. Man, I just love watching Eeks play. I'm so glad that you let Eeks out of the basement, Azu. Very, very fun. And everybody who made it to tomorrow will be in the main tournament. Tomorrow is just for seed placement and bragging rights. So we will be back tomorrow, same time, 2 p.m. Eastern. We'll start a little bit early, just to let you guys filter in a little bit. But if you guys are watching this VOD on YouTube, as always, like, fave, subscribe. I want to thank Mevlin for co-casting with me. Want to thank everybody for coming out. If you guys are looking to get into the upcoming tournaments, the sign-up sheet will be on the community tab of my YouTube page right after the end of tomorrow's tournament. You'll have a week to get in. We basically have unlimited slots, so it doesn't matter where you're at in the ladder, where you're at in terms of gameplay. If you want to try out, go for it. Who knows? If nothing else, it's a learning experience. So definitely super looking forward to tomorrow's matches. We got a lot of good players, best of fives. As always, if you want to watch these live, it is the last weekend of the month now, so that way I don't overlap with the shuffles tournaments. But the main tournament, the Shotgun Shogun Spring Showdown, I was going to call it like Spring Cleaning or Spring Sweep, but I don't think they had the right... Yeah, the Showdown was better, right? But $2,000 plus question mark, might be a little bit bigger. We'll probably have gift cards, sky stones, everything like that for chat as well. But I'll catch you guys on the next VOD, and for those of you on Twitch, we'll check you tomorrow. Peace, homies.
Later.